So how about that professional stream, huh, guys? We got a little Viscera cleanup detail. We got a little, we got Xylus and drag twice again. We got, we had chess. We had a beautiful game of chess of frickin' Xylus versus Rivian. And Xylus wasted all his time. But he was getting checkmated anyways. You know, that wasn't his fault. Who cares if he wasted time on that? He missed the G6 move, though. We all saw him miss the G6 move. But now I'm on. And now, unfortunately, you guys are stuck with me until I get bored. Lewis was supposed to show up for this, but I didn't text him, and I didn't talk to him. So... anyways, a little bit about me. I'm Daltos. I'm one of two Americans, because Mousie's over in the motherfucking Netherlands or something like that, in the Yogscast, and I take full advantage of that. If you do know me, then then welcome back. Otherwise than that, today, everybody. Yeah, Boba's the other one. Boba's a super spreader right now. You know? Actually, fun fact, my niece just caught COVID. My niece has COVID. Which apparently can affect kids that young of an age. So now I get to get another goddamn COVID test. How's that? That's 5 in, what, a month? I get 5 goddamn COVID tests in 1 month. I should wish her well. Hang on. Heard. Okay, I forgot about that. And on top of that, I have been sick since December 1st. I've been dealing with a horrible, and so has Ravs, and so has, I think, Mousy, someone else, or Mango. Me, Mango, and Ravs have caught our own version of the thing, which is why I'm wearing a muscle tee, which is also known as other things, because I feel gross right now. And I didn't want to cancel this because I want to talk about literally the best game in the bundle. Literally the best game you guys will ever play in the bundle, ever. And we'll get around to that in 1 second. This is Despresso, I call it, decaf espresso. And that's the food I was eating before. Before we get into that, that's not Dream Daddy. It's not Dream Daddy. You guys don't even know. There's a reason. Okay, so a while back, I made a hate list of things I hate on my stream. There was lawnmowers. There was Ari Aster. There was Patrick Rothfuss. And The Witcher 3. Right? We had those guys. Those were strong. I have strong convictions. You're not going to convince me otherwise, right? One of my strong convictions is that this game all the way at the bottom down here, which no one fucking believes me. No one fucking, yeah, The Witcher fucking sucks. We can get into that, though. We can get into that later. I'll explain later. What's wrong with Patrick Rothfuss? He made a weird White Knight fantasy Mary Sue tale where the main character has sex with sex ninjas, and then he has sex so good that they let him go, and he also has sex with a sex goddess who he was so good at sex that she let him go too. Anyways, sowing the seeds of chaos. PoxNora is the best game in this bundle. I have convictions. You're not going to convince me otherwise, right? You can't convince me otherwise. Why the hate for Ari Aster? Because, should we just get this out of the way really quick? Hereditary and Midsummer were two of the trashiest movies ever made in the history of movies. They're both incredibly boring and long. And Ari Aster gets unbelievable love from everyone for some reason when both movies are absolute garbage and the actors in them are absolute garbage. That's another conviction I have. I'm very, very convinced by this. There's very few things in the world that I am 100%, I say, this is the way it is. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. I don't do that for a lot of things. I really don't. A lot of things, do whatever you want. Have whatever you want. Yeah, this guy, he thinks Hereditary is great. You're wrong, FD verb B. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. But that doesn't matter. What matters right now is that PoxNora is the greatest game on this list and perhaps one of the greatest games on Steam, and it's completely unknown. And I'll go over the little history of PoxNora. I just want to show you guys something really quick. I want to show you guys something just to back this up. Dota 2, 7.5 thousand hours in it. I have 7.5 thousand 40 hours in Dota 2. I've wasted my life on that game. You know what number 2 is? Gosh darn PoxNora, 3,193 hours, 0.7 hours. It's an infinitely replayable game. All right? So we're going to get into it, right? I just want to give a shout out to Charity really quick. They just did a whole bunch of stuff. PoxNora 1 viewers. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. We're going to get into it, though. We're going to talk about it. I just really want to give attention to this part really quick. And what Nilesy, Rivian, Bree, Xylus, Mousy, and the rest of the Yogscast have been doing. I did that little thing. I was picturing me hitting like a bunch of pins that are all the Yogscast off to the side as I do that. For charity this year, this is absolutely fucking incredible. We're at 1.622933 pounds. That's not even dollary dues, which is like the real money. Pounds to dollars. Let's look at this. Oh, I'm up to 1.34. We're at 1.622933. That's like a lot of money right there. That's 2-1 something, right? You guys should all love yourselves, all give yourselves a round of applause for that, all hug each other. It is unbelievable what you guys did for us right there. And that has led to things like this. We have successfully helped fund part of a facility for a children's hospital in Bristol. We have successfully donated enough money to help preserve the humpback dolphins from extinction. That obviously, we all know that it doesn't. There's a lot of work to be done, but the money helps a lot. We helped run, what was it, 6 new arms for people? 9 new arms? I don't even know. What are the numbers? Daltos' hair is trying to socially distance from himself. You guys. 10 arms, right? Improving the well-being of gamers by funding groundbreaking research. I have no idea what that means. But mental health matters. Guys, if you're out there, I have depression and anxiety. It happens. It's nothing to be ashamed about. It's brain chemicals. If you broke your arm, you broke your brain, it's the same fucking thing. Go see a doctor. Get checked in on. Go talk to someone that needs help, or maybe you need help. Don't feel bad about that. All right? We got new games for special effect, right? Yeah, have you guys taken the best thing I say is be thankful for what is functioning in your body at any given moment, because it can be taken away really quick, and then you don't even know what some people have to deal with if they can't play video games because they have multiple sclerosis or other things. Like, I should have came up with a speech for this before I started talking. War Child, I mean, helping with LGBT worldwide. You take it for advantage out here in the West. It's really easy to be LGBT. Well, it's not even easy to be LGBT out here, and we're tolerable towards it. So it's like, these are all great causes. And then I see no one likes the COD 500 high quality veteran careers thing, but that's whatever, you know. Really, that's indicative of America. They should be helping out their veterans way more. Or is that for UK? I don't even know. America, help your veterans. Anyways. So these all are unbelievable causes that you guys donated to. I know Alex gave $1,000. I know Lewis gave a bunch. I know a whole bunch of people have been donating on our end. But all we do is stream. And that really does help us out. Because, you know, like, popularity. We have a whole bunch of people watching us and shit like that. But This is you guys. This gold bar next to my screen is you guys. These anonymous tickers down here are you guys. We got so many donations here that they couldn't even get through right now. The professional stream of Nolsey is always a blast. $100 from Farsight. First time we're here for a pound drive. $100 from Jimmy Slavia. $100 from Sarah for Ilger World. Thank you. Came up the Jingle Jam. Best stream of the year. Another $100 from Jensen Blake. $100 from Sir Old Sage. $100 from Luceris. I mean, there's so many fucking donations here. I don't even feel like reading them all. And there's like, and they're all $100 a piece, which means people opened up their wallets during COVID, donated the limited amount of money they had, and sent it in. Dollars is what I'm dealing. I'm American. I'm sorry. I don't understand. I don't say pound because I never use it. If I go up to someone and say, can I have 5 pounds back? They're going to say, chip, chip, cheery. No, they're not. I don't even know what they're going to say because I've never tried it. I have tried to change in pounds at the bank. I had 30 pounds and they were only going to give me $12 for it. So I kept it until the next time I went to England, and then I lost my wallet at Bristol Airport. And then lost all of it anyways. So now that I got all that out of the way. Yeah, this is a secret stream because basically, and this is the other thing. All of these game companies donated their games. They had no freaking reason to do any of this. They didn't have to care if they didn't want to. And on top of that, again, thank Lewis for this because you guys have no idea what Lewis went through to get these fucking keys. He was begging in Discord chat rooms, hitting up connections, going off to a back alley with some guy. You know, do what you need to do to survive. And we got these game keys. And you can definitely thank these people, these gaming companies, for giving them away. And one of them is PoxNora. And now we're going to talk about PoxNora and why it is literally the best game in the bundle. This is a game that people forgot about. And I'm not going to lie to you, it is 15 years old. This game beta came out in 2005, completed in 2006. It looks like it was made this year by an indie developer. That's how good the game is. Now, there's a bunch of things called CCGs. What is a CCG versus a TCG? Well, a CCG is a collectible card game. Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering Arena, other games. I haven't played them because those two are pretty much the only ones I really need to play. Those games are all right, but they severely limit you in things that you can do. And one of them, which I used to love as a kid with Pokemon cards, is trading. This is a TCG. It's different. This game also has a bad miasma over it where people think this is a pay-to-win game. It is not a pay-to-win game anymore. This game, let me go over the history of it really quick. This game came out in 2005, 2006-ish. It was ran by Octopi Gaming Studios, which was all right. And then it was bought by Sony Online Entertainment, which ran the game into the ground. At one point in time, Sony Online Entertainment was buying up every single title they could find that had even a little bit of player base in it, and they were throwing it up on their website and putting it behind Planetfall and EverQuest. They gave almost no attention to this game. They bought it up and then binned it. And that really sucked, considering that this game still has people playing it 15 years in the future. You guys don't realize this, but it's really, really, really hard. You think that it come with PoxNora keys? Are you fucking kidding me? Log in, I'll give you some cards. Fucking, I don't know, guys. Talk to Tiltify. I don't know why the key came in. But as far as we know, we gave all the keys to Tiltify. That's all on their end, but they're doing a great job with it too, so I can't even complain about it. So I don't even know. What you guys don't realize, and I learned this from talking to the Pitch Please guys, is there's like, what, 300 new video games every day on Steam? 300? So over 9,000 a month get released? Or something like that. There's unbelievable competition in the video game multiplayer marketplace. And this game still has like 200 players, or 250 I think it is, after 15 years. There's games that were released last year, AAA titles, that don't have that many people playing. Look at Marvel Avengers. All I'm saying is this game is quality, and it's quality for a reason. This game is without a doubt the best. How do I zoom in on my face? This game is without a doubt the best strategy game on Steam. Full stop. Now, what is this game? This game combines card collecting. So you get 30 cards in a deck, or 30 runes as they're called, with a Final Fantasy Tactics-like board. And why this game is so impressive, and why this game, I don't care about, I'm sick right now, I don't give a fuck. That's why I'm dressed like this. The reason why this game is so unbelievably good is something called a shit ton of cards. This game has over 1,647 champions you can place on the board. A champion has its own artwork and its own sprite artwork down here. Let me go full screen just so you guys can see it. Each one of these cards, by the way, has its own artwork and its own sprite artwork. So there's 2 different artworks for each one, and they also have a bunch of different abilities, so you can mix and match and be your own theme, your own gimmick deck, stuff like that. Move the camera to the side. All right, hang on. Working on it. 480 spells that can influence the battlefield. 204 relics, which are like champions, but they don't move around. They don't really attack, but they all do their own special things. So you can build decks around the relics, and they have equipments too that you can put on your champions. 216 different equipments. This game's artwork is phenomenal, and they started releasing. There's going to be a lot of booby things too. That just happens. If you made a game in 2005 and you've been progressing through the internet, you have a lot of boobies and plate mail. Not the point. The point is that this game has its own Kickstarter right now just for a book of its artwork because the artwork is so good. Originally, what they did is they went around to DeviantArt and they bought up people's rights to different ones. So this is what the release set looks like. This is all the way back in 2005, right? They went around, they Googled like barbarian, and then this popped up. And they're like, we'll give you like $100 for your artwork. And then they bought it, and they all stuck it on top of these backgrounds. So everything from Iron Fist Stronghold has the same background. Everything from Forsaken Waste has its own background. And then as the years went by, they progressed with art and even better sprites. This game made it better 2005, better have instant flop. So enough about talking about it. We're just going to dive into it. And we're going to play some games until I get tired and bored. And I'm going to try to teach you guys how to play. I kind of wish I bought the Protectorate starter bundle just so we can play with those cards. Anyways, so this game used to be accused to be pay to win. It's no longer pay to win, and there's a few reasons for that. One, this game has a dedicated fan base that also talks to its developers a lot. There's still a bunch of developers that have the source code for this game made back in 2005 that they got when they were sold from Sony Online Entertainment to another game called Desert Owl Studios, I believe, and now they have their own studio on top of that. But regardless, we can just talk straight to the devs and get whatever we want in this game changed if we want to. On top of that, there is a little trick I will teach you guys right now. Do you want my key? It's a protected bundle of your keys. Download the game first. Okay, so I donated to the bundle, but I didn't get the keys because I felt bad taking the keys. I can get keys for anything, usually, except for Cyberpunk 2077. I know I just said Witcher 3 was one of the worst games ever, but CDPR, if you want to give me your Cyberpunk 2077, I'll take that too. The Witcher 3 with For Honor or Mordhau combat would be like, or Dark Souls combat would be one of the best games ever made. Easily one of the best games ever made. But its current combat system makes it one of the worst games ever made. It's extremely boring. I don't want to dodge around and hit Quen over and over and over again. And then I also don't want to go to different question marks all over the map that are just 3 ghouls guarding a sword that's weaker than my sword. I don't want to do that for 150 hours. And I definitely don't want to find Dandelion. If someone has a mod out there that just skips the Find Dandelion quest and just fast forwards you through it, then I will play that game again. But until then, I have no interest spending 40 hours trying to find Dandelion. And if you like Jasker or Dandelion, there's something wrong with you in your brain. Anyways, so rank play. We're just going to hop right into it. As you can see, there's still plenty of people who play this game, and these aren't just people who joined recently. I recognize a lot of these names just because I play with them constantly. Oh, we got a game instantly. That's pretty cool, too. Hot Conviction. Oh, God, this is loud. I almost never play this game with volume on. One of my, don't get me started on Ari Aster. I could talk about how much I hate Ari Aster for months. So I'm playing against Mexicano. If you don't know who Mexicano is, that would make sense because he is a random streamer random player of this game. He's extremely aggressive. So I have to be watching out for this. He just plays the Torten Bokor. Now, Torten Bokor, oh man, I should probably go over how to play this game first before I play matches. And this display capture is blocking everything you guys need to be seeing. Shit. Do we have someone in studio that could flip the tracker? Anyone? Maybe I can just put the tracker up here. Hang on. Where's the tracker? Where's the browser source? Browser source 2. Genius! Look who's a freaking genius. Alright, anyways. I'm going to try to go over as best I can during his turn so I'm not wasting this guy's time. This is PoxNora. As you can see, PoxNora is like a grid-based system. Everything moves by squares, you can count by squares. On top of that, you have these cards up here in the top left so I can place them. I can drag them out and place them. This is the Cyclops Stormcaller, this is the Hyena Breaker, etc., right? These things that I'm running towards are called fonts. And up here in the top left is your mana cost, basically. Or like how much resources you have. Think of Nora, it's called Nora by the way, think of that as mana. Your goal in this game is to kill your opponent's shrine. There's a bunch of ways to go about doing that. And one of the best ways to do it is by capturing all the fonts and slowly wearing down your opponent's creatures. Now, how do you do that? Well, as you can see, each one of these guys have different icons on the bottom. Some have more than others, but that's not what matters. It's how they work together. And part of this game, part of the hard part of this game, is figuring out what each ability does, and then learning the strategy around those abilities, and learning what your opponents can do. There's 8 different factions in this game. 8 factions. They're all a little bit unique, even though some of them are blurring the lines as the years go on. The one I'm playing right now is Shattered... God damn it! Okay, so this game was made in Unity, and there's some bugs in this game. For instance, I tried moving my girl over here to capture a font, and I got hit by the move bug. That happens if you're moving too quickly. And that is not a good look if I'm trying to show people how good this game is. But it's a great game, alright? Sometimes there's bugs. You have to get around the bugs. Anyway, so we're going to go over the basics. A champion dies when their health goes to 0. This guy's got 50 health. This guy's got 45 health. This girl has 47 health. You don't know if this is a girl or guy or not. And then the way you lower health is through either spells, relics, or attacking people. For instance, I have 11 damage here on this Foil Stormflyer. Well, you can't really see the name. Hang on. This Foil Stormflyer. This Torten Bokor has 55 health and 2 defense. That's another thing. So if I were to attack him, I only do 9 damage because he's got 2 defense here, right? Now this other thing is called range. This Foil Stormflyer only has a range of 1. He's a meleeer. This Spark Crone I just selected over here in the top left, or this Peaks Merid that I have right here, and I can turn off the grid now that we looked at it, has different ranges. This one has 4 to 5 range. So if I highlight over the attack, it attacks 4 to 5 spaces away. What else do I need to go over? Oh, and then the most confusing thing. So one of the most confusing things in this game, and the only thing that you kind of have to go over to really understand. Yeah, 0 HP means death. Who would have known? And not always. Sometimes you can regen from negative HP if you have regeneration as one of your abilities. Is AP and speed. That's kind of weird. This is the one thing that you're going to have to learn if you ever play this game. This Tordenboker has 6 speed, which means every turn he gains 6 AP. Action points, things you can spend on to move or attack or activate abilities, right? The way it's calculated for your max AP, the max amount of action points you're allowed to have, is +4. I know, it's confusing. So this guy has a max AP of 10 because it's 6 + 4. This guy, 6 + 4. This guy, 6 + 4. This one, 5 + 4. 9 speed max, right? Some of them have 7 speed, some of them have 8 speed. And you're going to have to do calculations for that. You're going to have to figure out how far away something can move before it attacks you. On top of that, attack chains. First attack costs 3 AP. Second attack costs 5 AP. Last attack costs 8 AP. Very rarely do you see 3 attacks in a row. The reason for that is, I guess, strategy or something. I don't freaking know. But the whole point of it is you have to figure out ways to game around that system. There's a bunch of abilities that give you either more attack or more defense or more speed or more range. There's spells that will help you. And I have to figure out one that will help me right now because this is actually kind of scary. We have to go over some of the things that these things do. You're going to see numbers popping up on screen. I'm going to do the best I can to try to explain it. I might even watch a match after this just so people can further understand how this game is played. Right now, I'm playing Shattered Peaks. Shattered Peaks is known for a few things. It's known as being the most overpowered faction in the game. That's because each faction has its own abilities that they give you when you make either a full faction deck or a split deck. A split deck is 15 of each faction, or 30 of a full faction is a full faction deck. Shattered Peaks gets an 8% Nora refund cost when I place a unit, and 4% back when my unit dies. So basically, I make a shit ton of Nora, and I can spend it on whatever I want. And that makes Shattered Peaks extremely overpowered and unfun to play against. Don't worry, we're making steps towards solving that. I'm actually on the Shattered Peaks Council for this game. I swear I get laid sometimes. It really depends if the girl likes me or not. I'm on the Shattered Peaks council for this game, and I'm trying to nerf everything in Shattered Peaks. Daltos, read in-game chat. I can't. He didn't say anything. Mexicanos speak Spanish. If you can't guess, he's from Mexico. And the way you know if Mexicano is well, basically, you know if you're winning or not if Mexicano starts cursing you out in Spanish. It doesn't happen all the time. Not a lot of people use the in-game chat because on top of this, there's a really active Discord for this. What's this up here at the top? Oh, I got added by something. I don't even know what. This has a really active Discord, and everyone talks in there instead because I don't know why. But actually, I've been seeing people joining it from the Jingle Jam saying like, "What up?" here from the Jingle Jam, and that makes my heart go, I love that. Anyways, I'm losing this game horribly already. That's not good. I have a lot of trouble with Tortoons. That's what we're playing against, Tortoons. They're a race of, like, Shattered Pants Council. Discord, you're streaming for charity? I've told them already. Channel in Discord to start a bundle key if you want, and I'm off to bed. Have fun. Thank you. I haven't looked at it yet. One of the nice things about this game is a lot of people in the past have called it pay to win. It's actually the opposite of pay to win. What it actually is now is Get Good Son. And I love Get Good Son because there's no one to blame in this game besides yourself. There's very little RNG in this game. And there's certain players in this game who are well-known players that will kick your ass with everything. It doesn't matter what deck they're playing. They're just that much better than you. And maybe you'll be that good one day. What I'm really saying, though, is this is one of the most rewarding games to learn. As you learn all the abilities and all the different themes, you can have so much fucking fun in this game, especially if you're strategy-minded. For instance, the way I play every single game, Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, this game, others, is that the second I start winning, is when I delete the deck and I stop playing it. Yeah, this was like a bonus stream at the end of the thing because they had the like PoxNora doesn't make a ton of money, I'm guessing, but they still gave us the key, so we needed to get a PoxNora stream in. I'm the only one who plays it, and not gonna lie, this game looks pretty bad. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, Dalto. Do, because this game's great. So they were like, Lewis is like, we gotta get this thing in. And I was like, I'll fucking do it. He's like, what day? I was like, Wednesday. And then now I'm here. Even though I'm really sick right now and I don't really feel that good. What up, Kenzie? I saw that. I see a bunch of my chat regulars in the stream right now, which is heartwarming. What else was gonna say? It actually looks legit. Haven't played this game in 8 years, but I used to love it. Exactly. There are dozens of us where, I mean, I can't talk enough about how great this game is. And how much fun I've had it throughout the years. I can get my ass kicked, say I'll never play this game ever again, and boot it right back up in like the second I have downtime and try out something new. Anyways, so the second I start winning with something is the second I stop playing it. And that's definitely true in this game. So I have a bunch of wacky decks. I may even show one of you guys one of my wacky decks just to piss someone off. It is literally a troll deck. It will literally make someone extremely mad. So we might even end this game early and play that. I gotta figure out things. A lot of the stuff I'm doing is just because I've played this game for so long that it's just second nature to me. And I'm not really explaining to you guys what I'm doing. But basically the synergy in electric is I need to get these lightning rods on people. The lightning rod does 80% lightning damage all to one person. So the synergy for that, I'll try to show you guys just to make synergies fun. When is this thing on Cocoon? 2 turns. All right, good. The synergy for that is that you slap this lightning rod down on someone and you either use this Thunderhead Totem. It does 12 damage in a line, 1 to 6 spaces, or you use a Lightning Storm, or you use Lightning Aura, and it basically focuses all the damage on one person and kills them. You know? You gotta beat those spiky turtles. These probably Giants. Yeah, I'm a huge Giants fan. I never talk about sports though, because I don't feel like this game, or I don't feel like this network is really sports oriented. The other who go Eagles, yeah, good luck with that. Do you play Save with the controller too, Daltos? No, I don't. This game I'm not playing with the controller. I just have my controller plugged in. This actually has PSN. You can play this on your PSN network if you have PlayStation. And not for nothing, some of the PlayStation players on this game are pretty good. They're like not that untalented, and it always surprises me when they do really well. Yeah, I don't really talk about sports that much because not a lot of people in the network are really into sports, and except for like Al Smithy, I'll talk to him about it. I just found out Purian was, one of my guys just died. When your guys die, they drop a Nora globe, by the way. This is what this blue thing is, and you really want to pick them up because it's like chess, you know? If you leave your pawns hanging, that's bad. And in the same vein, if you leave your Nora globes hanging, that's bad. I guess that made sense. I don't know. I'm losing horribly. That's all I can say. And one of the ways to learn if you're losing horribly or not is you just count the champs. So he's got 5 champs to my 5 champs. He's about to place another one because he's got Nora for it. And he's about to own 3 fonts. So I'm losing horribly. Could someone link the PoxNora Discord and chat? How you getting on? Digby. Digby Tatham Water is a guy who raids me, and he's much bigger than me, and I always feel happy when he raids me, because I get like a 560 fucking influx. I'm just like, yes! Got that for a little bit. And glad to see you in chat. I actually don't know what you do. I'll show what, I don't know what you stream. I'll show a little another synergy right here. This is Old Sock. The old sock, when you equip it, so this is an equipment, it goes on one of your champions. Now, whenever my guy attacks, he does an AoE 2 of poison damage. And you can read all these things in tooltips, too, if you ever get confused. Some of the things you're just going to have to learn on your own. But that's, that's learning, man. Learning, oh, fuck. That's not good. Learning is a lifelong experience. Damn you, Mexicano, for being better than me right now. I'm trying to show people things. That thing's got 16 health, huh? Alright, so this is where math comes in. This guy's got 16 health and 3 defense, and anytime he takes damage, he takes 3 less than normal. So he's actually not going to take any damage from the shocked right here. The way to understand how this dot works is it says shock 3. That means it takes 3 damage, and then 2 damage, and then 1 damage. So if it was shock 5, it'd take 5 damage, and 4 damage, and 3, then 2, then 1. Read global chat, bro. Daltos is bad at PoxNora. Like PoxBora. Fuck you guys. I am actually pretty bad at PoxNora. I will never act like I'm the greatest at this game. I will, however, shit talk a lot. I'm really good at shit talking. And if you've ever played me in this game, and one of the things I'm really worried about is that more people are going to play from the Jingle Jam, and I'm not expecting like hundreds of people to play. I used to be top 100. I dropped it. I was playing bad. I lost it a lot. How does this strategy compare to other turn-based games like Divinity and Baldur's Gate similar at all? Not really. Divinity and Baldur's Gate, while they do sort of work in a grid system, I don't think there's nearly enough abilities to compare the two. The game is extremely complicated. So let me load up. We actually have ways to, where do I put it? To look at all the runes in this game. And here it is, Pox list. And you can download this off. So these are all the runes in the game on the left. I'm scrolling, scrolling, I'm scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. I'm scrolling. Those are all the runes on the left. And then these are all the abilities that you can learn in the game. I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling, scrolling. And then these are different conditions. But while it looks intimidating, I want to be very clear. This is like Othello. This is a game you can learn in a minute and take a lifetime to master. You don't have to worry about all those abilities. Can you dig it? I remember having 2 decks when I played. There's an elf deck and a lot of teleporting, and a deck where you cast a spell to put water on the board. You can summon piranhas, and I quit when they have those special legendary angels. You can buy those angels. So I'll teach you guys. I'm just going to concede this because this guy kicked my ass. Actually, I'm not really that far behind. He's got a lot of low health guys here. I have to think about this. This is just like chess, by the way. This game is a lot like chess. You have to think and you have to plan things out. How long are you playing? I have no idea, Mango. I'm like, I'm sick right now, but I'm also very passionate about this game and I want people to play it, so I'm trying to play it as much as I can. So, we're gonna teleport over here with our Storm Reader. Our Storm Reader doesn't look that impressive. Low damage, low attacks, low defense, low health, not a lot of abilities, but he's got this amazing ability called Storm Reader. Every time something takes electrical damage, it takes another 8 electrical damage, once per turn. So if you position this guy right and you shock someone, they're going to take 8 damage the first turn, and then 8 damage coming back, right? So let's see if I can't kill this guy. I'm not counting. Usually, you should always count before you play. Or before you attack something, which I didn't do, and now that thing isn't dead. There's like a lot of discipline things you're supposed to do in this game. This guy should die. Oh wait, no, he won't die because he's got tough. Frick. Alright, how about this? Lightning Elemental. Go! Oh shit, I hurt my own guys. Oh, what a dingus I am sometimes. We'll put a Voltaic Slag down. This is what I think about whenever they say slags. Whenever you guys were watching the slag thing before, they were rating guys. They said they like big noses. I only own Ace shirts. There's no American mods. There's a whole race called slags in this game. That's what I think of whenever they say slags. All of us need to buy PoxNora stock, trying to play and sell for profit. No, there's no more of that. Back in the day, you could sell your PoxNora account for like... I sold mine twice. I sold my first one for $340. What up, Mango? And then I sold my second one for $120. I actually don't have big arms. The way that my camera is, it's like a fish lens, and I also like push up against myself. My arms are tiny, right? They're just, you can't even see a bicep. I'm like before Popeye eats his spinach. I'm just gonna surrender this so I don't waste Mexicano's time. He beat me. I'll show you guys a little trick. Do not tell the devs. I don't think the devs are ever gonna patch this out because they would kill their own game. Get devs, if you're listening, don't patch this out. You'll kill your own game. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let people have this exploit really quick. So anyways, the reason why this game is no longer pay to win is something called Dancers in the Snow. And what that means is you have this gold over here. I have 9,557. I barely played this week. You go over here to Marketplace. Yeah, devs, close your ears. And you go over to Dex, and you buy Dancers in the Snow for 5,000 gold, right? You buy that. You make purchase, open pack, who cares? Now, and by the way, the other thing, you can manage all your cards in-game. I highly recommend managing them on the website. I know it's archaic to go to a website and manage your decks. It's really not that bad. Trust me, really not that bad. Anyways, you go here to Rune Manager. It's not cheating. Arm. Is it still live? Yeah, this is live. Sorry, I don't know. What's my score? I don't even know what my score said. You go over here to Dancers in the Snow, which, by the way, is a fine deck if you want to use it. They're Farron people. Look at them, the cute little ferrets. Right? Farron Wanderer. Look at, he beat up all these dark elves around him. How cool is he? And then you got the Silent Master, which is like a monk dude. He kicks people. And then you got Farron Windwalker, which is like a honey badger. He's killing like a cyclops. Anyways, if you like that deck, you can keep that deck. I personally fucking hate Farrons. I'll never play this deck. I think they're boring and stupid. A lot of people agree with me. They don't really get played that much. But what they're great for is you go over here, edit, delete battle group. Yes. And now you go into your Rune Forge. Now, the way it works, and trust me, not all legendaries are good, not all exotics are good, not all rares are good. Some of the best cards in this game are commons and uncommons. You can afford them very easily, and you can play them and be competitive. So don't be intimidated by seeing a bunch of runes that are purple or green. Those are like the legendary epic ones. Back in the day, if you had a bunch of it fucking skews you, Daltos? What was it? I don't know what I just said. Kay Kira. What up, Kay? No, I love ferrets. I hate Farrons. I want a ferret. Is Caitlin streaming right now? I should have Caitlin play this with me. Yeah, I've been on cam. Okay, here's the deal. I've been on cam a bunch of times, but I'm not the main cam guy of Yogs. I'm probably the least amount on cams on the main channel out of anybody. If you're not in the studio, then chances are the average Yogscast fan won't know you. It's not a big deal if they don't recognize my face. I am an ancillary character on the Yogscast. It's perfectly fine. I live in America. Anyways, you go over here to this Rune Forge really quick, and you'll learn how to do this, but if you don't know how to, just go to your Savage Tundra, whatever, one of the 8 factions. You go over to the Farrons, and now I have like this Farron Dancer right here, which is surplus. I already have 2 of them, and I can disenchant her for 300 shards. Not bad, right? A legendary to craft, like let's say if I wanted to craft, this is a Farron Ninja, it's an epic, right? If I wanted to craft this Farron Ninja, it would cost me 500 shards. So already, I'm halfway there, or a little bit over half. If I wanted to make like this Farron Snow Spinner, or any of the other legendaries, it costs 800 shards. Well, I'm a little bit halfway, just by disenchanting one of them. And now I disenchanted 2, and now all of a sudden I can make an epic. And you can do this over and over and over and over and over and fucking over again. So all those cards, if you played this game as a kid, take it easy, Digby Wortham, verbs of first. What up, Hayden? Hayden's someone who's been in my chat for forever. She's like one of my originals. Good to see you live. You're the best in Armor Challenge days. Thank you, guys. Let's keep the... I want to talk about PoxNora. I want you guys to play PoxNora. I'm all right. Who cares about me? You can do that over and over again. And all of a sudden, all those cards that I couldn't get as a kid. By the way, one of the coolest cards that I'll remember for the rest of my life that I desperately wanted as a child was one of the original Dwarven Kings. Kind of looks like Simon. You'll see in a second when it loads. Kind of looks like Simon, right? This thing, when I was younger, was $120 if I wanted to buy it. It was $120 on eBay. This is why you could sell your runes for a lot. If you had an original Pox Harbinger, you could sell it for like $800 on eBay. Especially if you had Underdepths or Forsaken Wastes. Which you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Underdepths is demons. Forsaken Wastes is undead. People love demons and undead. They'll sell like hotcakes. I was, 16 years old when I first started playing this game? 17? I wanted this so badly. Now I can buy it, and it's really fucking cheap. It's only $250. I already have it, though. Don't have to worry about it. And that goes with those angels that one guy was talking about before. I've been working on Ascends for 10 minutes. I get distracted a lot. Anyways. What can we do now? Should we play another game? Let's play my joke deck. Let's piss someone off. This deck is a little bit complicated, but it is mayhaps my favorite deck because it is just a bitch to deal with. Oh wait, they nerfed the Deep Cave Extractors. Oh, this might not be so easy anymore. That's right, they nerfed that. Alright, we'll see how it runs. Play joke deck. Jokes are powerful. What is this exploit? So I was like, Spiff, you want to do me a favor? And he was like, what, Daltos? I was like, you want to put PoxNora up on your channel? I'll give you a deck that you can play that will look like you're breaking the game, and we can get more people playing the game. And he was like, he said no before I even got into the sentence I just said. It was like no immediately. But if he would have said yes, it would have been this deck that he would be playing. Anyways. Oh, this is the perfect map. Oh, the guy disconnected. Frick. Okay, so there's one bad thing in this game. Shit, do I have to? No, I don't have to. There's one bad thing in this game. It's rage quits. People, and this guy isn't rage quitting. That's not what I'm talking about. I would say this guy is far from rage quitting. He probably just loaded in and didn't get in there really quick. So, what people do in this game, if they're big piss babies, which we've all been there. I've rage quit people before too. I don't do it very often. I only really do it if they're time vampires. A time vampire is another thing I hate. Like, Xylus was the time vampire in that chess match. It's someone who uses all the time, no matter what. Right? In Magic the Gathering Arena, they give you 2 minutes a turn and then like 45-second timeouts, 5 after another. People will use that full time every single time, even on the dumbest, easiest moves in the entire world. Things that a child could come up with. Yeah, Rope Coach. Life Coach is one of my least favorite streamers because he unnecessarily ropes for no good reason. Like, no good reason. Like, literally zero good reason. He's trying to formulate lines of play that aren't available yet because there's no way he could predict it, especially in a game like Hearthstone, where RNG rules and people could have really anything. He'll be trying to suss out turns on turn 1 with no information. That is literally a waste of his time and his opponent's time, and I view that as extremely disrespectful in a time match. I believe almost every single game should have a chess clock. I've been rallying for this game to have a chess clock for a very long time now. Chess clocks are the superior way to play a game. It allows people not to waste their lives and yours using up the full 2 minutes every single time. Regardless, people in this game, you get 2 minutes per turn. Usually people are really good and they just get their turn done. There's certain people in this game that will use the full 2 minutes every single time. Whatever, it's their prerogative. They want to waste their lives on this game. I personally do not. Regardless. Unfortunately, there's also a 5-minute disconnect timer in this game, which needs to be changed. Because if you can't reconnect in 5 minutes, then there's something wrong with you. You shouldn't have been playing in the first place. And the second place is I don't want to wait there for 5 minutes waiting for someone to reconnect. There is a few people in this game who shall remain nameless that will, without a doubt, rage quit you every single time. Every single time. They'll be losing, they'll start wasting 2 minutes on their timer, and then they'll rage quit and you'll have to wait another 5 minutes. We are actively trying to ban those people in this game. It is something that we're dealing with. But that usually, the way other people view it in this game is that means you did really well. If someone rage quits you, that means that you did really well. I'm the best at chess and Yogs. And then Nowsy is like right behind me. Nowsy's nipping on my heels. And I'm not even that good at chess. But I was thinking we should have a chess tournament or something like that. With member accounts such as yourself. What's the strategy of this deck? Okay, good. We can talk about it. I want to stress, I'm not that good at chess. Anyone could catch up to me in chess if they just practice more. Nowsy practices more. Bree's beating me, and Nowsy's beating me, but that's about it. But they're starting to get better. I've been watching them play. There is a surrender button, of course, but people like to not hit it. I would love to have a chess tournament. I think that'd be really fun. Me versus Nowsy using everyone as pieces. I would love that. So, this is a joke deck. The reason why this is a joke deck is this little spell right here called Tribal War. 2 Cyclops Maulers appear within 3 spaces of each player's shrine, and it's usually a card that no one plays because it grants 2 real creatures, right? I basically just gave my opponent these 2 creatures. He can have them, right? I had to spend Nora on that, right? Now, the reason why this is a joke deck is this girl right here called the Chronomancer. She has something called Spell Shift. If I spend 8 charges, I reduce the spell cooldown of all my cards. Right now, this is 35 Nora, so when I cast it, it's got a 7-turn cooldown. It's divisible by 5, right? I can keep spamming this over and over and over again until my opponent breaks mentally. And the reason why I can keep spamming it is I have all these spells, like this one, Consume Resources. You gain 5 Nora for each font affected by this. All Nora fonts become uncontrolled. They can be captured in 4 turns. So now this guy's getting no fucking Nora. He's getting no increase with my spell that now I can reduce when I hit Spell Shift, if anyone places a champion or not. That's not even counting all the other champions I have in this deck that I can place over and over and over again. So as we're going to see as this game goes on, is that I will have this is live, I will have a shit ton of Cyclops Maulers. He'll have a shit ton of Cyclops Maulers, but he won't be able to progress anywhere because I just have so fucking many of them. On top of that, if you notice something, you notice how my Cyclops Maulers are better than his Cyclops Maulers? Mine are 19 damage, 8 speed, 65 health. And with Sibling, too. Sibling is when I have another one in play, they get +2 damage, +1 speed, +5 HP. His have 16, 7, and 50. Well, the reason for that is, and he actually might catch up for this because he's playing Shattered Peaks, is this tribal post right here. Every faction has an equivalent of this. Basically, all it does is give all your champions 5 HP and 1 damage bonus. This is one of the most important runes in the game. You should get them down as soon as possible, regardless of whatever deck you play, because 5 global HP for each unit and 1 global damage for each unit adds up over time. And I also have this tribal hut, which gives everyone Sibling. So we're going to do it a fucking again. Here's 2 more. And now we're going to... Oh, I can't spell shift it. We're going to do this and get down another Nora generator. And we're going to spell shift it. Now all my things just came off cooldown, and I'm going to do it again. Trying to preach PoxNora? Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a reason why I preach PoxNora. This is MTG Jank Heaven, yeah. We can go over the different themes and stuff that you can play after this too. There's something for everyone. What's stopping from rushing your Chronomancer? 1, he's extremely far away from my Chronomancer. 2, my Chronomancer has a lot of good things to defend herself. She has something called Stall. This gives the target champion -5 speed for 3 turns. A turn, by the way, is you go, then I go, then you go, then I go, then you go. A turn is one person going. A round is you go, then I go. Right? That's a round, so that's the difference in the. And by the way, wording in this game absolutely matters. How it's worded on the card is how it's affected. So if you have something like an aura spell, it does damage at the end of the turn. That is really good and really bad in 2 ways. 1, the damage doesn't happen right away, but 2, it goes through things that only proc at the beginning of your turn. If that makes sense. So while I'm hitting, you're not. I have to like show an example of it. So we're going to consume resources again. So everything he's trying to capture is gone. We're going to tribal war again, but I need to move my guys out of the way for that. I can actually start throwing away some of these champions. I need to get a death thing out. Actually, you know what? We'll save. We won't tribal war this time. We want to, but we won't. Because we have to be disciplined here. Very disciplined. Can I friends for life? No, I shouldn't. Going over the snow dance exploit thing again. Very easy, King AZ. Very easy. Very easy. And it's not really an exploit. It's just a way to make this game free to play. You can still spend to get cards. In fact, the latest expansion can't be forged, which means that you have to spend cards to get them. And when you know it, those cards are extremely overpowered, but we are dealing with them. They are getting nerfed back. They're not like Ice Fang and Vosksair Overlord, which are 2 card names which mean nothing to you guys, which mean a lot to me, were nerfed recently. So we're dealing with the pay-to-win aspect. Regardless of that, if you want to get ahead in this game and get more cards than you normally would have, you can spend money to buy gold and just do the Dancers in the Snow. By the way, never spend your gold on anything else besides Dancers in the Snow. Never spend your gold on anything else. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You can buy packs, you can buy other decks. It's not worth it. You will get more out of your bang for your buck by buying Dancers in the Snow with gold. It's underneath the decks when you go into Marketplace. Just go to decks, find Dancers in the Snow, buy it, and then disenchant it. It gives you 2.1 thousand shards every single time. And while it makes this game free to play, you will still have to progress for a while. I've been playing this game religiously for like the last year again because I got back into it. And even I don't have all the cards. So you don't have to worry, devs. It's not going to ruin your game, whatever money you make on this anyways. So I'm going to play something down called Aspect of Chaos. Aspect of Chaos is a big fucking tornado. You see this guy right up here? He's got a few things that really benefit him and my deck at the same time. One of them is he's death charged, or he's got soul siphon. So every single time a unit dies, he gets +5 HP and +1 damage permanently. +1 damage doesn't matter, but basically he's going to be fucking huge as all these Cyclops Maulers keep dying. I can't shift again soon, but I can spend next turn. So we are going to execute pummel this guy. I don't think that'll kill him. Yeah, at least 4 HP. That's actually kind of problematic. Probably should have done that. I probably should have left 1 more AP so this guy could come in. This is what I'm talking about, strategy. You gotta know strategy. We are going to keep this guy around here. I'm thinking. I can't explain everything because there's so much to think about that just comes naturally to me because I played this game for so long. So basically, these Cyclops Maulers have something called Berserker. It gives them a shit ton of damage and a shit ton of speed, but they lose all their AP at the end of the round. You have to reposition them each round. So the reason why I didn't run this guy up into here is both these guys would have been able to attack him. Now, neither one of these guys can attack him. You see how they're 5 away? The minimum attack is 3. So I kept them right there so he couldn't reach me. This guy's gonna die, it's no big deal, I don't give a fuck. It's like, by the way, when you die, you drop Nora globes. They're dependent on how much you cost. Each one of these guys costs only 8 Nora, compared to someone who's like 74, 88, 86. These guys are going to be dropping like 12 Nora. All these Nora globes are useless. They're like 2 Nora pop, so I don't even care about getting them. I ignore you that I'm not a mod. I even donated. Didn't notice. There's a lot of donations, guys. I'm soloing the chat right now. Katie Duck is another original that's been around for forever. Have I gotten any There's so many fucking donations. Guys, there's so many fucking donations. That one's for Axis Sport. Matthew S. I love Axis Sport. Gotta save my donation for the best stream led by the best boys. Keep up the protest. A hundo for charity. Glad this exists from Don Trupa. $100 from No Name provided at Axis Sport. $100 from No Name provided at Axis Sport. Making up for 99 others watching the stream. Instructions unclear. Maybe a few pounds. $100 from Darreneth. Darreneth, weren't you doing huge fucking subs the other day or something like that? You're totally teasing. I have to catch up. I'm gonna be reading donations after this game. I'll read them all out. Every single one of them. I don't give a fuck. Every single one. I'm reading. Whew. Dono gold for anime VTuber. We can do that again. Thank you, Arcan9. Is there a PoxNora bundle and a Tiltify bundle? Is that true? Yes, there is. You get the oh, I have to place again. I really want this 93 right here. We can get it, I think. So we're gonna attack here. How much is this worth? Oh, 91. God damn it. We'll park you right there for no good reason. Oh, I really need to get that up. Alright, we're gonna do another one. This is Keeper of Memories. Keeper of Memories is a big freaking Yeti. Yetis are fun in this game, but they're horribly overpowered, so I never use them. I shouldn't have spell shift yet either. You know what? I can actually move this guy over towards the fight because it'll take a while for him to get him to fight. This guy's Keeper of the Memories. So he gains charges whenever things get deployed. These are these little arrows right here. Those are the charges. He also gets charges when anything dies. And when he gets a lot of charges, you could spend all of them to get a lot of Nora. 40 Nora is a shit ton. Each one of these fonts gives you 12 Nora. And that's it. And it's one of the newbie things in this game. It's called contesting a font. It's when you have to put a champion on the font so they don't get it. You don't always want to do that. Because when you do that over and over again, you're either sacrificing guys like I just did right here, and they're just going to die. Or you can just hang back and not even get them hurt, and you're only behind 12 Nora. So you don't always have to contest the font. That's the difference between pros and newbies. It's really funny how it works. Newbies will... I like the term newbie. Newbies will not go for fonts because they're unaware of them, while medium players will go for them non-stop because they think it's the most important thing, and then expert players will only occasionally go for them when it really matters for strategy. What else am I trying to say right now? So basically this 40 Nora I'm going to get when this thing is full charges is a shit ton of Nora, and it's really good to get. Is there not a way to remove the PS controller shortcuts? There is. There you go. I unplugged my PS4 controller. Show the bundle. Let's get 1625. If you guys want. I don't expect a lot of people to be donating right now. This is a late night stream. And usually, I mean, donating is great, but usually people do it for a reason. There's nothing bad for this reason. You know, you want to, a lot of times you're altruistic for your own benefit as well. And I wouldn't blame a lot of people to save their money so they could be read out when a lot of people are watching versus just read out when I'm just a regular jagoff right here just streaming. We're still going to save our aspect. We're not going to use them right away. We are, however, going to double Tribal War again. Very good. Now there's even more silly Cyclops out there. And we're going to spell shift it. So instead of it being 7-turn cooldown, it's now a 2-turn cooldown. Fun. We're also going to go over here and execute Pummel this guy. Execute means your next ability does 50% more damage. And Pummel means you're going to do two attacks to the same target for only 4 AP. Pretty good. We're also going to save this Mauler because we're going to consume resources there for a second. Again, consume resources is the one that makes all the fonts not catchable. We're also going to bring our Chronomancer over into the fight as well. And we're going to put haste on this guy. So now he's got +4 speed. So he's got 12 speed, which means he gets 12 AP next turn. Pretty fucking nice. End turn. My god, this play. Show this bundle. Let's get 420, 420. What up, Caspi? And thank you guys all for sticking around. I know a whole bunch of you are just like AFK watchers and stuff. You've probably been watching since this morning. You're just gonna leave your computer off, but still, it means a lot to me. I like having PoxNora shown to 2.4 thousand people, 2.5 thousand people. Not bad. I'll take it. You're enthralled. Good. The fan base is like 40% UK. You're just here for the channel points. Kathir's speed stuff. Yeah, Kathir got nerfed. I clicked on the stream because you had nostalgia. Very nice. I'm telling you, you don't even need nostalgia. You can still play this game. A lot of people just chatted. I missed everything. I see the Daltos is great, though. This is actually super interesting. There you go. Looks fun. I should have talked to Lewis. I should have got him involved in this. I just didn't bother because I do that a lot. Alrighty. I'm gonna try to hold out. So these guys were just nerfed. They're deep cave extractors. These guys used to give a shit ton of Nora every 2 turns, and they got nerfed to giving 4 Nora every turn. So going from getting 15 every 2 turns to getting 8 every 2 turns is pretty. But they were overpowered. I'm not mad that they did that. Another attack on one of my maulers. So there's 2 downsides to this deck. The obvious downside is I give my opponent a bunch of giant free beefy champions. The other downside is people aren't as good at making decisions in this game as I am because I've been playing this for 15 years. A lot of people are newer, or they're rusty, or they never played before. So when I give them a shit ton of champions to use every single turn, the full 2 minutes are going to be used every single turn. Because they just have to move everything. They're like, oh god, I gotta move this, I gotta move this, gotta move this. Lewis will love this, and so will Rythian. I don't think this is Rythian's type of game. I think this is more Lewis's type of game. How long to get a decent pack unit amount together? Very quickly. If you guys have that bundle thing, and you're using the hang on, I have to think here. I can't spell shift. I should consume resources, but I'm gonna get this Void King Rubgal down. Void King Rubgal is one of the most powerful champions in the game because he's a big undead bat that stuns everything, and he's allowed to stun when things die. So, what I'm going to do is... I can't even overload, fuck. I'm going to move this guy into battle. And by the way, most of my guys aren't there to win. They're there just to delay and make this even worse for someone. We're going to place Void King Rubgal, so we're not going to spend just yet. We're going to execute pummel this guy. Should do a decent amount of damage. Not a shit ton, but a decent amount. What are we going to do next? I think we're going to move up the attack with our Keeper of the Memories. Right here. 10 damage. That's actually not that much. If I attack again, he's left at 7, and I do 3 damage afterwards. This guy's stuck behind here, which is great. Let's actually just move you back. We're not going to waste it right now. We're just going to keep putting all this beef up ahead. Look at all that beef! And we're going to go like that. And then we are also going to stall this guy. So you get to see stall in action now. So this guy has 7 speed. If I stall him, he's got 3 speed. And now he can only attack once. Not bad, right? Not bad. We're going to keep moving these guys away because they're useless. We're going to position you here. Notice how the guy's getting bigger. He's at 65 health. Ooh, boy. There's a bunch of fat moles. This and talks to chat. Kathir players cries in the forest. So, yeah, I forced my opponent to become a time vampire. How to Farron? They're actually alright. If you want to buy that deck and play them, they're alright. They're a little complicated. There's a few, and I'll go over the different themes of what people can do, what's complicated and what's not complicated to play for your first time. As you can see, something like this is pretty straightforward. He just attacks, right? He just runs forward and he attacks things. While something like this might be a little bit more complicated. This, you can't tell, this Hyaenid Flame Fist is the second most overpowered champion in the game. This guy right here. And there's a reason for that, and it wouldn't be immediately obvious, but it's his ability to relocate, which is amazing. He's got 7 speed. He's also got Pounce 3, which allows him to move 4 spaces for 3 AP. So he basically gets an extra AP. He's also got regular Pounce, which can attack from 5 units away for 4 AP. So that's just as good as this. And he's also got this thing called Flame Burst, which when he hits someone with that, they take 10 damage, get knocked back 3 spaces, and then also take charred damage of 3. So that's 13 damage, and a knockback of 3, well, if you get knocked back and there's something behind you, you and that unit take 5 damage. So he does 15 damage, plus 10 damage, plus 3 damage, which is 28 damage, and he could do it pretty easily, a lot. So this is the most overpowered, second most overpowered champion in the game. And it's stuff like that that people don't understand when they first start playing the game. They won't really get what is overpowered and what isn't. And as you can see, this guy is purple bordered on the sides, which means he's exotic. He's not even the most, this is legendary. And then the next step up is limited for the most expensive cards. Limited doesn't mean anything, it's just things with different skins. So this is a, not that expensive to craft champion, but an extremely good champion. Anyways, it's time for the bullshit again. So we are going to Tribal War. We're gonna move you back. We're gonna Tribal War again. And now I don't have enough Nora to consume resources, but I have enough Nora here in my Unleashed Memories. So I'm gonna hit that. We're gonna get a whole bunch of Nora back, and we're gonna consume everyone's resources again. So as you can see, he's got a freaking army going on. By the way, this deck doesn't win that much. What up, Trixie? This deck is purely for pissing people off. It's why I play. So we killed 1 unit. Unfortunately, these guys are all jammed up over here, and we only have 6, so we can't stun a whole bunch of people. So we are going to put you here, attack here. That's really a shame. I'm just like out of range to kill something here. You get a big stun off. I'm gonna put you there. 8. You're only at 4 damage, so that's not that good. Or 4 charges. By the way, I'll go over. Actually, no, I'll go over that next after this. And then we are going to make fast friends out of these 2 dudes. They're going to become friends. And what does that mean? I cast a spell on them. They now have regeneration and courage, so whenever anything else attacks, they get bonus to their damage. And then they also have +2 defense, so they're a little bit beefier. And that's because they're best friends. Alright? Yeah, everyone needs a best friend. And they are. We're gonna do that really quick. Fifth tier troll. I got a few decks like this. Or I used to have even more. I'm not the source of nerfs in this game, though. Which I always dreamed to be. Back in the day, and if you're out there, there's this guy named iPox, I-P-O-X, and Pox Wizard was another one. There was another person. They would pull off the most insane shit with this game and get everything nerfed. They were on top of that. I've only had 1 deck nerfed because of me. And that's still something to be proud of, I think. This will not get nerfed, though. This is not a winning deck. It is, instead, an extremely annoying deck. Yeah, I'm doing a late night stream. We're getting this in. We're getting this in. We're getting the PoxNora bundle in. Hopefully you guys will love this game as much as I love it. I'd love to see new players. Thank you, Stripnix. I think that if you guys were to play the Protected Start, I don't even know what's in the Protected Starter bundle pack. It's probably some decent cards. I know, what's his face sent it to me. Nightjar. I might look at that and just go over them really quick. We might even play a deck or 2 just so people can get it. This deck hasn't reached its full meme potential yet, though. I've had straight concedes on this deck once it reaches its full meme potential, but we'll see. We'll see how far it gets. And then maybe I'll look at that really quick. Is the tutorial broken? Yes. The tutorial is broken. That's what stopped Lewis from playing this when I was trying to get him to play before. You don't need the tutorial. Your tutorial for this game is play games. Or play against a single player. That's another really good tutorial, how to learn how to play this game. Play against single player. By the way, there's a shit ton of campaigns in this game where you just play against the computer and you never have to worry about PvP. like, ever. It's very, very nice. Let's see here. You got Energy Thief right there. That's fine. You got Energy Thief? That's fine. Go over here. We can't spell shift yet, which is a shame. We can do something fun, though. So this is called Gale Force. It knocks back things 3 spaces, and they take 6 frost damage. This is one of the best spells in the game. And I'm going to show you why. You see how much damage I just fucking did right there? This guy lined up. He fucked up. He shouldn't have done that. So we're going to run over here. That wasn't the best time to use it. I just thought it'd be funny to use it right then, just to show that to you guys. And now, look at this. I can stun. No, I can't stun everything. Ah, jeez. Alright, we'll just stun these guys. So these guys all get stunned, which means they can't operate next turn. This guy's gonna move over here. Oh, wait, no. He shouldn't have done that. Ah, I did that. Order of operations, Nick. Dumbass. I am very stupid when it comes to this game sometimes. I make a lot of mistakes, which makes me not a top player. I'll never be in the top player rankings because of that. We'll do Pummel Execute. Friggin'. Didn't have to, but we'll do it. We'll move you back because you weren't supposed to be over there. We're supposed to introduce more beef into the beef menu. So more beef, like that. We'll move our keeper back because we don't want him hurting anybody. I guess we can end turn again. I'm playing PoxNora Trixie Moon. Yeah, it's only 7:30 EST. But I can't wait to go to bed. I have this, Robitussin and honey. I'm gonna drink most of this and then go to bed. And that's gonna be great. I'm gonna be all over that. Duncan's playing Cyberpunk. Can you still attack with your base? Yes. So over here is your shrine. I'll pop that later just to show you guys. It's called popping it. It's transfigure. It basically turns your shrine into a big, massive fuck-off champion that kills everything. And that's really good, but also really bad because it makes your shrine be in the line of danger where other things can kill your shrine. I'm gonna be awake if I read the entire donations. We'll do it next. No, I am so sick of Jingle Time. That's why I think last year was just a normal sickness, you know? Cyberpunk 2077 comes out. Daltos plays. Cyberpunk is buggy as fuck. I have no interest in playing that until they fix the bugs. It's just, and I heard it was a perfectly fine game. It's just unbelievably buggy. This is a total troll deck, Shang D. It actually wins sometimes. But more importantly, what it does is it makes my opponent frustrated. I think I've won twice with this deck. Maybe 3 times. Around that. But I've lost like 15, 20 times with this deck. This deck is not viable. It's just simply there just to piss people off. Sips is playing 2077 too. I don't know. It's just like, it's feature rich. It's just, you know, like, I have no interest in playing a game that isn't complete yet. And you know the game isn't complete yet. And the, oh, why did I do that? How did I do that? And then, my bad. That's my I'll be right back screen. And it's not really their fault because the game developers worked their asses off on this game and they had to get it out by Christmas. And if you think that they weren't going to try to get it out by Christmas, you don't know video game companies. So I say just give it a bit. It's probably a perfectly fine game. I just have no interest in playing. Oh, he actually rock trapped. Rock trap is like this little gotcha thing right here. We are going to cleanse it though, I'm pretty sure. Can I deploy? I can't deploy. Let's put a legitimate Cyclops Mauler on the field. And then I can spell ship down to troll a little bit more again. We're gonna go over here, attack this dude. Grab his Nora Globe, even though it doesn't matter. We're gonna run back a little bit again. Just a delay. What's over here? I think I can get a kill here. I think I can get a kill here is my... is my downfall 100% of the time. Okay, so you guys don't know what just happened there. I got hit by something called Whispers of the Mind. What Whispers of the Mind does is if my champion attacks, it loses all AP, and the attack doesn't happen. And that just happened to my Voil King Rubgal, who is now horribly out of place and will die next turn. So that guy just outplayed me. Chill that starter pack. Yeah, I'll do that next. I'm gonna read all donations and I'm gonna do it next. Game looks like you jam. Yeah, just wait for the bugs to iron out. That's all I can say. That's probably everyone's review right now. Every review I've read has said that it's a fun game, except for the melee combat. The melee combat is left wanting. But outside of that, it's a fun game. Oh my god, that Rubgal's so dead. It's a fun game that will occupy you for 20 to 25 hours on the main storyline and 100 hours on the opposite. Yeah, it's a lot of red. My guy's dying. How is he still alive? He should be dead. Oh no, he's actually not dead yet. He's got attack. Man, everyone's playing it. I have no interest in buying it yet. It's 0. But with that being said, every single one. Yeah, I didn't like Witcher 3 either, Master Diamor. Who would have known? Every single review said that it's fun though. It's just unbelievably buggy. And I think if you weren't paying attention, thank you, Carola Sweet, for the sub. If you weren't paying attention to the development phase and you still bought the game, I don't know what to tell you. Because that development phase, there is no fucking way they were getting this game out on time for Christmas without a shit ton of bugs. There was just no way. And you know, like, yeah, they abuse their developers, and yeah, they force them to work tons of hours, and yeah, blah, 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 but this is like the project of like the last 5 years, this game, you know? So I think they put a ton of effort into it. I don't think it's going to be a bad game. I personally haven't played it. Cyberpunk. Fucking developers made this in their basement kitchen in 2005. But it's still a very good game. That being said, I think we pretty much lost this, but this match could literally go on forever if I choose to. For instance, Tribal War. It's fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. By the way, this deck came to me as an epiphany one night. I was lying in bed and I thought about the combo. And it was like, and I rushed out of bed the next morning and made it. So fucking stupid. What am I doing? I can't kill it. Fuck. Oh, man. Kitchen in your basement? Yeah. You don't have a kitchen in your basement? I thought everyone had a kitchen down there. How else do you eat? When you're burying the bodies. In your basement. Oh, man. That's where I take my mess supply. Amazon drone delivery. Cyberpunk is a game where it's the future, but the culture obsessed with the past. Yeah, that makes sense. I bet there'd probably be a whole bunch of political stuff in it, but, like, I don't know. It's more power to a game developer. Do whatever you want. All I know is that... Oh, see how much damage that is? That's so much fucking damage. He was at 65 health, now he's at 36. Nerf this fucking thing, Ethylarion. If you're listening, nerf this fucking thing. It's fun, I might not be for you, and that's okay. There are parts I enjoy and parts I didn't like. Yeah, I know. Deus Ex was great until the boss fights and the ending. Or the game should wait a week or two. I guess. I mean, like, at the end of the day, the game is, gonna be a CD Projekt Red game, and CD Projekt Red games are usually unbelievably in-depth and also completely lacking in combat. And they've proven that over and over and over again. They even proved that with the what was that game? The Gwent Legends game? Gwent Homecoming game? Remember that? They did an offshoot of Gwent. They rolled it out. Take it easy, Mighty Apricot. Got a game of the year for 2020, Daltos? What came out in 2020? Oberdin. Return to Oberdin is my game of the year for 2020. You heard it here first. Thronebreaker, that's what it was. Thronebreaker came out, and it was an in-depth game with a lot of polish, but the actual fights were awful. It's going alright, NC Gunner. Like, a blind person who's unaware of what Gwent is could navigate through Thronebreaker and beat it. It's like, that's what they do with these games, and I don't understand why. Like, The Witcher 3, you literally have to set boundaries on yourself to make that game fun. You have to say, I will not use Quen. If you have to do that, then it's not a fun game. It's a fun movie experience. I had a fun time watching the movie Witcher 3. I didn't really have that much fun playing it. I'm gonna get it so we're never gonna be able to work with CG Projekt Red ever again. Yeah, we heard you talking shit. That was always my main problem with The Witcher 3. It's just the combat was so unbelievably bad. It wasn't even close to being good. It was like a Unity project or something. Take it easy, Trixie. It's fun to explore in The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 looks great. But the game itself, there's just no substance behind it. You don't have to craft anything until you get the Death March. Then you have to craft deductions, whatever the fuck they're called. Oops, didn't mean to place you there. I don't know. Long travel times, the weird progression, yeah. Couldn't find anything above your gear level. Is that an Elder Scrolls? My big problem with The Witcher 3 really was that it just didn't need to be open world. There was nothing open world about that game. It was open world in the sense that you rode your horse around for a while, and you had to constantly go into fast travel over and over again. But the actual open world part of it, there was literally 0 to no things that happened randomly. You would have to go to a question mark to see things. And then when you got to the question mark, it was 3 ghouls and a fucking... and a chest with an old sword that you weren't going to use. Like, every single time. And that's not even counting Skellige. You go out to Skellige, you jump into the water 50 times, you find 50 barrels with 50 resources in it that you're never going to sell, or you're not even going to look at, because it's not even worth selling them. It just wasn't... It was just... Yeah, the game had to be open world to make you forget about the combat. I don't know. That was my view on Witcher 3. I just can't abide that game being as popular as it is. Most of the things I hate is because they're popular. And mainly because they're popular on Reddit. If something's popular on Reddit, I tend to hate it. I'm looking at you, Keanu Reeves. You're a mediocre actor. Although you're very good in Neon Demon. Good to say. Yeah, a bit of a hipster, bit of a hater. You know? Bit of a hater. That being said, I love Fred Rogers. That's fine. Yeah, Witcher 3 is Keanu 100 Wholesome Chungus, yeah. Have they banned the Chungus, the Chonker subreddit yet? Of all the people posting the cats and dogs they horribly overfed? No, they haven't done that yet? It's smart. I like normalizing animal abuse. Let's see here. Man, this is actually turning out to be a really good troll game, but I'm getting bored of playing this deck, and I kind of want to read donations and go over more PoxNora stuff. This is a shit ton of damage right here. Oh no, it wasn't! I forgot that this isn't there. I should have hit the grid. Ah, dummy dum-dums. Still a lot of damage though. He conceded. He conceded. I was just about to concede. I was gonna cast a spell and concede. I don't know. Some people. This happens in chess a lot too. I'll take a piece and realize that I hung my queen and the person will just concede right off the bat. And look how much gold I got for that. Look at that. I'm already a tenth of the way over that towards the next Dancers in the Snow pack. Blue Magic control deck and Magic. Really? Is that? I hate Blue Magic control. Man, there was a period when Magic the Gathering Arena first came out. That was in the Ixalan block. Remember how unbelievably oppressive mono blue was in the Ixalan block, in the Ixalan Dominaria Magic 19? If any of you ever played Magic Arena, you either ran into a blue deck, an Esper deck, or a mono red wind deck over and over and over and over and over and over again. Games in this can range, man. It can really range. It's really how long you want to stick in and how annoying your opponent is. A lot of people in this game are noble. They will concede when they are so far behind they can't win. So, where is it? My profile. Let's look at my rank really quick. Look at all these losses. Game history. So, there's some people, when they start losing, they'll concede. Ace King does that. If you go up ahead of Ace King and you start and he starts losing, he'll concede because it's not worth it, right? And then there's some people that pull this shit on me. Oh, these are two bugs. These don't count. 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm looking at you, DroDub22. Pulling 2 hours and 22 minutes on me. Man God, 2 hours and 11 minutes. Ninny does this a lot. Hour and 26 minutes. These are few and far between. Thank you for my tree. These are few and far between. In that, I already did that. Were you going to show some exploit to get money earlier? That's not, no, you have to get money normally. You get money through doing quests and playing the game. That's normal. But you spend your money on the Dancers in the Snow deck. You get 2,100 shards, and then you can spend that on anything. It's really, really good. These are few and far between. These really long games. These were a covenant between me and my opponent that I wasn't going to concede and they weren't going to play fast. For instance, this Artman OZ guy, I played him the other day. December 5th, 2020. This guy, this is an hour and 37 minute game. I timed it. I do that every now and then. I used to do it for Magic the Gathering Arena. I spent 22 minutes in this game playing. He spent an hour and 17 minutes. Or hour and 15 minutes. Do you see the disparity and why I hate time vampires? I got through my turns in 22 minutes flat. He got through his in an hour and 15 minutes. Do you see why people who take the full 2 minutes every time are reprehensible and don't care about your time? It's like this weird thing. People will be like, how hard was it to get PoxNora in the bundle? Not that hard. I talked to the game devs. It was the funniest thing. I talked to the guy who does, shout out Ethelirian, who is our, hopefully pop in my own chat, who is our community manager for PoxNora. He kept this game alive and has been in contact with the devs the entire time. I just talked to him, and then he talked to the devs, and the devs were like, I guess, maybe we'll think about it. I'm like, this game is 15 years old. Put the fucking keys in the bundle, you dumbasses. And they did. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like tailgating. When you tailgate someone, it means that your time is more valuable than them. But in the same vein, when someone goes super slow, they're saying that their time is more valuable than yours. And that's how people who are time vampires operate. They think that because they're given the full 2 minutes, they're allowed to use the full 2 minutes every single time. And they're not. What they're allowed to do is have that as a backup. But you shouldn't have to spend the full 2 minutes if there's no strategy going through your brain. And unfortunately, a lot of people operate like that, and they ruin whatever game that they operate in. And then, unfortunately, on top of that, games like Magic the Gathering Arena like to set an arbitrary time that you get on your turns that don't apply in real life. The amount of time that people waste in Magic the Gathering Arena clocking people every single turn would get a judge called on them in a real life tournament and they would be disqualified. But unfortunately, Magic the Gathering Arena doesn't care. And because they don't care, people got it into their warped little minds that it's perfectly reasonable to spend 5 minutes on a turn, and it's not. Regardless of that, my name is Yellow Hat. I use the full rope. Regardless of that, MTGA does not have the proper timer. MTGA has a 2-minute timer with 45-second timeouts that get replenished throughout the game. So people will legitimately spend 5 minutes on a turn sometimes, and they will see nothing wrong with that, and they'll make the most obvious play. They'll have 3 cards, they'll have a card in their hand. There'll be 1 card in their hand, and they will sit looking at it. They'll be like, where's my cards? Where's my deck of cards? Oh, I got 3 mana. Oh boy, hang on. Let me think of this. I got 3 mana, and this is a 3 mana cost card. Oh Jesus, what am I gonna do? Oh fuck. Oh. Fuck, what should I do? And then, after the 3 minutes goes by, they'll go, oh, I should play this card, right? Oh, that won the game. I can't believe that card just won the game. Holy shit, I'm a genius. And I'm just sitting there on the other end, uninstalling Magic the Gathering Arena. It happens all the fucking time. Yes, Kraus, it does. Underneath Octopi, this game has gotten a renaissance. Yeah, it's just there is a barometer, or not barometer. I've been told to play Shardbound, even by people in PoxNora, but I don't like it. It's not the same graphics. I just really like the graphics and the art in this game. When people are like, there's a baseline intelligence, right? And if you're running mono red, your baseline intelligence is that of a turnip. A turnip could roll over and hit the keyboard and run mono red. It's very simple. You just go face. For some reason, mono red players in Magic the Gathering Arena ate lead paint growing up. A lot of it. They love lead paint. It was their favorite types of chips. They reached into the bag of chips, they pulled out a lead paint chip and they ate it. And then they went out and huffed some airplane glue. And they'll be looking at it and they'll be like, geez, you have 6 health. I have 2 lightning bolts in my hand. What do I do? And then 2 minutes later, they lethal you. And it's just like, why are you like this? There's no way anyone can be that stupid. There's no way. There's literally no way. And you're ranked high up with me, which means you played this game a lot. And it blows my fucking mind. Mono red takes a lot of skill. I'll show you the skill of mono red. Ready? Call in the air. Aggro needs the correct moves at the right time? Really? Call in the air. Why am I always so toxic? I don't know, because I like to be. Heads? Oh, it's tails. Guess what? You lost with your mono red deck. Let's flip it again. Call it again. Heads? Oh, congratulations. You won. You won with your mono red deck. That's how mono red works. If at any point in time where you're thinking, should I go against the creatures or go face, you just tanked your mono red 50-50 win rate on your ladder. You just always go face. There's like literally no reason not to go face. There was a dude who made a 130 card mono red deck to prove that the algorithm in Magic the Gathering Arena was bullshit. And he just went face over and over again, and he won like 13 out of 15 matches. So, anyways, if you play pure blue, go fuck yourself. God Goblin, Swift Spear, Bolt, 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 Fire Blast. Yep, you're done. What is my favorite color combination for Magic the Gathering Arena then? I am the rainbow. And the reason why I say it like that is a very obscure reference to a Magic the Gathering book I read as a child. If anyone can guess where I am the rainbow comes from in Magic the Gathering Arena, I will donate like $50 to charity. I like to play everything. I play every single color combination you can think of, every deck you can think of. I'm a Jank player. I play pure Jank, and I love Jank. And the second my Jank starts winning is when I delete it. Is it a Beatles reference? Another obscure Magic the Gathering? No. It's literally Magic the Gathering book. Jankum. Love Jankum. I have never tried Jankum. I have seen Jankum done. I have seen someone try to tell me that Jankum wasn't. Me and Sips kind of enjoy the same games, but I don't know. Sips is his own thing. Simic Ramp. No, I do not use Simic Ramp with Oro. There's certain cards I don't even craft, right? So, if something's so overpowered, I don't even use it. I won't even make it. Like, you know how we said the Hyaenid Flame Fist before? I could make them. I could use them. I have no copies of him. I won't use him because he's just so overpowered. And that was the same thing with Oro. I just had no urge to use it because man, is autopiloting already figured out decks the most boring, dumb thing. How much of a win do you need in life that you just look up a deck that everyone else runs and you autopilot it without thinking? You don't have a win anywhere else in your life that you got to do that and ruin the entire Magic the Gathering arena. 2,000 Scoot Swarms in the field in one go. You can't. I just don't know. I can't wrap my mind around it. How the hell do people like autopiloting decks? I will never. There is the saddest tournament I've ever seen in the entire world. Was the very first Magic the Gathering Arena tournament. They invited a whole bunch of people, pros and personalities. There was 30 people there. 26 people showed up with the same deck. 26 out of the 30 showed up with an identical Esper deck. Identical. Not their own take on it. Identical. The final 8 or the final 16 people were all Esper decks. It's like, yeah, that's bad meta balancing, but on top of that, that's just the most. Do you not take any? Do you not have any self-respect? You're a pro Magic the Gathering player. Shouldn't you have thought of something? No, you didn't. You just copied the same deck everyone else did. I don't get it. So, with that being said, it kind of exists in PoxNora, but it doesn't really. PoxNora is a game of almost like rock, paper, scissors among the meta top decks. I'll list a few decks, but you guys won't understand what the fuck I'm saying. FSUD Psychic, ST Beast, SLSP Knockback, Yetis were really overpowered for a while. There's just meta splits. Someone who just splits the best meta cards, 15-15. But with that being said, those decks have weaknesses and strengths that are dependent on whatever they're facing. There's certain decks out there that will just fucking wombo combo those top decks. They won't beat other decks, but they'll beat those. And on top of that, the top players... I should do that, right? I'm going to read donations, and then I'll do the bundle thing. Unless you play Cthir, then it's just an uphill fight. Cthir Forest, by the way, World of Warcraft stole the name Cthir in Battle for Azeroth. There's Cthir things everywhere. They're like an Eldritch race type of deal. Came from PoxNora. They stole it. They just straight stole the name. Spelled identical, too. So I even think that there was like a... the one time it's below 10,000 viewers. It's a late night stream on Stream PoxNora, and I didn't announce it. I don't care. Where did that someone send me the bundle? Where's my Discord? There's my Discord. It's underneath here. Mods chat. There's the key for the Protectorate Starter Bundle. We'll see what's in that. I'm not even sure what's in the Protectorate Starter Bundle. Right there. Finish. Alright, I think I have those now. I think I have to restart PoxNora to get them. So while there are top decks in this game, it's really the person piloting them that matters. You could build a cookie cutter build in this thing. I use a Blue Yeti. Starter deck looked bad. Remember, it was too hot. You never know, man. There's people in this game that no matter what they play, they are the best at it. They'll beat people running bullshit decks. It happens constantly. The god of this game is a guy named Tiny Dragon. Tiny Dragon is a dude who's been playing for 15 years. Everything he plays is the best. He had advertised PoxNora. Marcus 422 is another one. He can use pretty much anything. This Death to Come 3 Me guy uses a lot of meta bullshit. We'll just watch this deck really quick right before we get into it. And Marcus uses a bunch of random things. The PoxNora's like the 5 games I actually redeemed. That's good. Nice. Number of players makes a difference. So many people play NGD, get a huge turn net deckers. Tiny Dragon's not a bot. That guy's a genius. He spends his spare... These are Vashel. They're like little hedgehog people. He spends his spare time making insane amounts of money over in Vietnam. He's Vietnamese. And he is very talented at this game. The Marcus is pretty talented too. He's not as good as Tiny Dragon, but he's definitely up there. This Death to Come for Me guy is... That was my neighbor's kids yelling. Whatever. Give us a basic rundown. I have no idea what this game is, what the goal is, what I'm looking at. We'll do that next. I want to read some donations, though, and I have to check out if I got these Protectorate cards in my bundle. So let's look at it. Room Manager. We'll reload that. Big Titty Committee is one of the decks I made. It has all the girls with the biggest breasts in this game. The Red Cap Twins. And so on and so forth. I have so many decks, I'm not sure if I can find... the Protectorate decks. What did the Protectorate pack even give me? Did it just give me straight cards, or did it give me decks? I have no idea. Let's look at the store page for the Protectorate Starter Bundle. What does this give you? It should give me 4 decks. I didn't get the 4 decks when I did that. Gives you Dancers in the Snow. This is actually a really good deal. Hang on a second. This is actually really good now that I'm looking at this. The Tinkerers, Wrath of Delim, Dancers in the Snow. I guess I'll just use the Farons. I'll do a Dancers in the Snow deck. I didn't see the other... What was it called? The Tinkerers? Oh, there's the Tinkerers. The collect... Okay, so it did work. Okay, never mind. Where's Path the Dalim? We could do that one too. I actually never played with the Faron deck yet. Even though I bought it a million times. What's it called? Wrath of Dalim. Okay. Wrath of Dalim. What's in that? You get Dalim, which is really good. You get 2 exotics, which isn't that bad. This looks like a solid deck. Yeah, you could probably win with this pretty easily. Maybe. It doesn't need 2 wood elementals. What's the collective like? Chip Boulder, which is really good. You get a Moog, which is pretty good. That's what this guy's called. Marsh Gargantua is a Moog. Oh, you get Swamp Thing, and he gets Slick and Buzz. This is actually a really good deal. Oh, and an Elder Worm. I'm not just saying... I'm actually kind of surprised that they just gave this away. The Tinkerers, what's that like? Oh my god, you get a Lodestone Megalith in this, and a Silver Clan Protector. I'm glad I took this. And a Veldakis Shield Warden. These are legendaries. These are expensive. This guy is really, really good. This is a really, really good card. Rock Chalk Jayhawk deck, yeah. Yeah. link and on-screen donation, Daltos. We'll go over that right now. Right now. And then Dancers in the Snow, which is the best deal because you get a whole bunch of legendaries and stuff. All right. Let's start reading out fucking donations. Thank you, Devnath. Instructions unclear. This is maybe a few pounds. Ravs ain't here, but that doesn't mean the community can't be. One of my absolute favorite Jingle Jams each year. Love you guys. Edith Agona is $100. The Mental Health Foundation, $100 a special effect, no name provided. For my favorite stream of the year, my favorite Yogs, getting the bundle of my little brother, $100 from Riddler. Miss Mother, the protest stream this year should cover all the drives. Thanks for the entertainment, especially this year. The Mental Health Foundation, $100 to Ilja Word from Saint. It isn't the holidays until the protest stream. Nalzi, Xylus, and Rythian are all great. $100 from Atlas Walt to the National Video Game Museum. Sir Wrath to the Mental Health Foundation. Hoping Xylus reads this. Since Rythian read mine last year after drinking hot dog water. My mom is taken by cancer 5 years ago. Would you have a moment? Oh, man. Yeah, fuck cancer, man. At least my dog's doing better. I don't know. Cancer fucking sucks. I can't wait till we figure that shit out. It's just so fucking devastating, man. So fucking devastating. Mesa Lamise, Axis Sport, $100. That's the one I was donating to because I mean, you guys don't see it, and if you're, the dog's doing great. My dog's doing great. He's just missing a leg now, which is really awful but he's like running around. Access Sport, I've said it before, man, the looks on those kids' faces when they're able to participate in sports, it's unbelievable. It's just, I don't even know what to say about that. It's just, it's heartwarming, it's heartbreaking, and I just wish that we could fund Access Sports because until you're sitting on the sidelines, you don't really know how much you want to be out there. And it helps them get out there, and it's just, it's something I actually really care about. So, Access Sport, good. Mason Lemise, thank you. Next costume, I need a new desktop background. $100 from you. $100 from Jetter, the Grand Appeal. Hey guys, thanks for providing the top-notch content on my birthday. I was hoping to drop this hundo on by my boy Raz, but I guess that's just his loss. Keep up the good work and keep up being Protesh. $100 from Batty to the Grand Appeal, best stream of the Jingle Jam. $100 from Rab 457 to the Illiger World. I dropped my donation load a couple days ago, but I think I could spare a little bit more. Hop a Jungle Drum, everybody. $100 from No Name Provider. Warchild UK. Team Swamp Germany. $100 from Dallas to Access Sport. I've watched for years, but I've never seen Resident's face. $100 from Andrew to Access Sport. $100 from No Name Provider. Warchild UK. I always donate during the professional streams because I love these streams. $100 from Vanguard to Call of Duty UK. Great job, everybody. Keep it up. Love to watch every year. Cheers from Missouri. Ho, ho, ho. What did the L's get up to? Monkus Rithith Hearts and Riz Santa. Saving our world, $100. 76 pounds to, I forgot these are all pounds, not dollars. 76, these actually, that's more than $100 then. It's $134. 76 pounds from Newt Stankvist to Warchild UK, smiley face. $7 from No Name Provider, the Whale and Dolphin Conservation. Love you all. $70 from Aaron Fern to Warchild UK. More from my Jingle Jam stream. Niles is my favorite. $69 from Cupid Panda 96 from the Mental Health Foundation. Doing a great job. Been watching for year one. Keep the good work every year. Best stream of the Jingle Jam, says Casey to Warchild. I worked from home last week so you can have my train fare instead. Keep up the brilliant work, lads. 60 pounds from Andrew to the Grand Appeal. It's been hard for a lot of people, myself included. Unfortunately, my granddad passed away this year and I received some money from him. I decided I'd double my usual donation and give someone on his behalf. Thanks, guys, for another Jingle Jam. You really bring the Christmas spirit to December. 56 pounds from Eric H. to Safe in Our World. Hello, Professional Stream. I was literally thinking the Jingle Jam started. I can't wait for the Professional Stream. Keep it up. You're the only stream I donate to all year, every year on all of Twitch. Love you. 50 pounds from Alex to Ilja World. Thanks for your hard work. I received my first paycheck after being unemployed for a whole year. Nice. Good job, Alex. And wanted to give you parts. That's Alex, the Bryony's Alex. He's been unemployed. I don't know. You guys are exceptional. This is for your affluent trans positivity. Transgruntled Fungus, the Ilga World. $50, 50 pounds to Ashley, the Ilga World. Thank you for you guys. Means a lot to those who benefited. 50 pounds from Cordial Wheat to National Video Game Museum. This donation is a celebration of Mousy and Remedy only. Very much love the best supporting actors. 50 pounds from Dalek for Life to National Video Game Museum. First year to donate more than usual, covering for 49-pound drive homies. Happy holiday, chat, and have a wonderful 2021. Things are tough all over, but that just gives us all more opportunities to help each other out. I was a victim of a series of accidents, as we all are. Absalon, $50 to World Child UK. 11. How many fucking donations are there? Oh my god. This was the official PoxNora stream. I was Clear to the start of stream, then we'll have like 3. Let's just read out the names. Absalon, Big Old Meat Pie, Luceris014, Kenzie, I know that name. Kenzie's XOXO, Brobot, 50 pounds, Alex Bailey, 50 pounds, Noob90001, 50 pounds. Tell my mate Canaanite he is lovely. Canaanite, I guess you're not still watching. This is back at 3:59 p.m. EST, which was 4.5 hours ago. Al624, 50 bucks. Here's my main dome. Oh, I feel bad skipping past all these. These people have all these like nice messages on here, right? And they donated a lot of money. Cleared 8. Oh, we're good. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I should have cleared the... Oh. I just cleared. Hit undo? Oh. Okay, much better. I didn't see the giant ass undo button. Can you show the donations on stream? I don't even know. Oh my god, there's so many. These fuckers. Lulok 50, Ben Hooten 50, Sully 50, Cordy 50, Elf Queen 50, R Smith 50, Cryon 98 50, Captain Cooper 50, Zat 50, Boise 50, Pope-tastic 50, Nick London 50, and Nuclear Error 50. Man, imagine if this was going into my wallet instead of this. Pound Dry Baby 50 from Revenace, Laureen 50, Crazy Dice 50, Hamish 50, Cassis was going to donate anyways and make contributed 50, Lord of Lime 50, Smarty 50, Invincible for 50, fucking boys clap Welsh Laura. I know Welsh Laura. The Latin's Cube, Droop, the Beetle, the fucking... There's a lot. The timestamps are out of order? Oh, it's sorted by amount, sort by time. Okay. Can I have the latest come up? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Keep up the good work. Don't read this. Patrick says $25. Haley's Comet. Sean. Patrick again. Zia2. Yeah, let's play more PoxNora. Fuck this shit. Alright, we're going to go over the different themes really quick, just so you guys can get in. Then I'm going to hop into another game with one of the decks. Forglore Swamp. Forglore Swamp is a swampy area on the west side of the Poxanthro universe. You don't have to worry about that. They're full of things called bog hoppers, which are types of frogs. They have a lot of mobility with Leap 3, and they usually have something to do with either poison or water damage. Over here, you got the Circadians. They're part of the Mirefolk race. Think of them like mermaids. They do a lot of range damage and a lot of magic damage, and they work well together when you place them. You have the Furk, which are unbelievably overpowered by far. The Furk do all psychic damage, and their psychic package is unbelievably good. They're like weird octopus looking things. Weird. You got the Tortoons. The Tortoons are turtle people. They're like pirate admirals, kinda, something like that. Yeah, kind of like Mind Flayers of the Furk. And they deal with like getting a lot of Nora and shit like that. You got the Snaptoos. They're crocodiles. They're all about life siphoning, attacking a lot, and they got some good range champs. They're pretty solid. To overpowered almost. Jalib, it really depends on who's using them. Thank you, Sorg6. Love your indecipherable name. This is the Daltos time. I haven't been able to pull myself away. That's perfectly fine. You got still a lot of Corona COVID stuff to deal with. Jalibriums, they're jellyfish. They deal with like putting things on cooldown and doing a lot of psychic damage too. And they look weird. They're like little jelly things. And then you got the salamanders, which are salamanders. They all deal with equipments. They're like equipment race, and they do a lot of damage once they get equipment on them. So they're pretty good for that. This guy looks weird. He looks more like a bog hopper. And then you got like ancillary characters like Quagmirian, right? You got some beasts like Marsh Raptor, which isn't that good, but I'll just click on it anyways. Marsh Raptor, that looks weird. And that's Forglore Swamp. Forsaken Waste, which is the one that everyone loves, but is actually arguably the worst faction in the game now. Can you be a reptile racist? There are bird people in this game, yes. Forsaken Waste, you got the Arroyos, which are these weird spirit, otherworldly invader type deals. They deal with summoning a lot of smaller spirits and synergies based off of that. You got a lot of skeletons, which is a big race in Forsaken Waste, the skeleton decks. So they're cheap. They don't do a ton of damage, but there's a lot of them. Thank you, Snapple. You two's is Abber. Lies, Kathir is the worst. No, Kathir is one of the better races. In fact, they had to be nerfed, and they're still one of the better races. You got the Stitch, which are like these weird little fucking... They're like zombie sort of things, but they all deal with reconstructing the remains and stuff, which are different than zombies. And you got zombies too, like the zombie head chucker and shit like that. Zombies make more zombies as you attack and stuff like that. It's this, what is it called? Zombie apocalypse. If there's 5 zombies in play, you get swarm festering corpse. So whenever you kill something, a festering corpse gets put in there. You got a whole bunch of witches. There's a whole witch coven in here. Like Forsaken Follower. This girl right here, she can summon skeletons, and they all have Elsari Coven, which curses people. And cursing basically removes damage and speed. Therefore, they're the worst. What else do they got in here? Forsaken Waste is actually and then they got worms. Where are they? Where's Blinking Creeper? Why can't I find him? There we go, Blinking Creeper. This is actually the most powerful deck in Forsaken Waste, and arguably one of the more powerful decks in the game. It's Necrosis. It expands your Shrine Zone when you put them on. Yeah, I went over Stitch. Stitch are like little creatures that... yeah, there are decks like that. Mana ramps into big creatures. That's usually Shattered Peaks. Shattered Peaks is usually like that because they get big refunds when you place bigger champions. There's also Nora Miners in this game, which give you extra Nora. And you can usually play that in Ironfist Stronghold or Kathir Forest. Stitch are like Frankenstein monsters. Then you got Ironfist Stronghold, which are all the dwarves. You got Constructs, which we might be playing in a second. But you got dwarves like this. This dude, he's a dwarf. You got a lot of... So there's no humans in PoxNora. There's just barbarians. They're like uncivilized. So there's barbarian decks that you can run. They're big and beefy and strong. Like I said before, there's construct decks where they get boosted. They all help each other out. Like if this guy's near a Tinkerer, he gets +1 speed, +2 regeneration, and the Tinkerers will probably help him out too. Grabble Rock Eater, you love his design. Here's Grabble Rock Eater. He's a construct too. He's beefy. He's beefy boy. Look at those fucking cum gutters. And he has Rock Eater, which is if you hit him, he now starts instead of losing health on physical damage, he gains physical health, so he's pretty strong. He's got vulnerability magic, though, so he's not the best. And then you got, like, the Obsidian Wings and the Onyx Wings and stuff like that. These are just birds. They're big birds. The dwarves that ride big birds. That's what the wings are. You got Kathir Forest, which is the stupid elves. As Kazarinit has been saying, he thinks this is a nerfed faction. This faction used to be the most overpowered faction in the game because they used to get +1 speed if you're a full faction of them. So this guy actually has 7 speed, which is unbelievably good. And then they used to be able to have a higher cap on that too. So this guy would have 12 AP to work with rather than 10 or 11, which he has now. So those are super overpowered. You see the Tortoons again. They're actually a split faction race. You got the Vashel. So if you like little hedgehog people, they all support each other, help each other out. They don't necessarily have... So that's the problem. As the years go on, this game has given the factions everything, pretty much. There's some factions that have everything, like Shattered Peaks or Savage Tundra, and some factions that have nothing, like Forsaken Wastes. Kathir Forest has a shit ton of damage, and it comes in the form of a few overpowered champions that just do unbelievable amounts of damage. And one of the ones you wouldn't even think about that do unbelievably huge amounts of damage are the fairies. The fairies have something called Illuminate, which when you attack, it just removes people's defense, and they do a shit ton of damage. And all of a sudden, you're getting killed by a bunch of fairies that are fluttering around on little wings. You got the Garus, which are like big bear people. Big bears. Big bear. He's mighty tough. Big bear. He don't take no guff. Big bear. You got the tree folk people, so you can play Ents. This guy's one of my favorite cards, Cthulhu the Ancient, although he's not very good anymore. And you got the stupid fucking elves, which we don't have to worry about. And also we're patching in angels. There's going to be angels coming to make the angels better, which you can craft. As you can see, underboob. The guy who drew this, Matt Dixon, drew all the angels. They all have underboob. I think he really likes underboob. Fairies are the best boys. Fae. And they got like corgis. You can ride. They did the whole Welsh thing where it's fairies riding corgis into battle. So you can play as corgis if you want to. Savage Tundra has literally everything. This is, in my mind, the most overpowered faction if it's played right. It's got Lonks, which are big cat people. It's got Leos, which are also big cat people, but in a different way. They're more catty than the Lonks. Lonks are like cat people, while Leos are people cats, if that makes sense. You got the Farron, which we're going to be playing in a second, which are all the stupid little ferrets that run around and stupid. You got all these crystals, which it's a whole crystal package. They all benefit from each other being around. You got the Jakai, which are stupid little blue elves. No one likes stupid little blue elves, but they're pretty decent. And then you got the Yetis, which just got nerfed, and they're really good. It's not daylight. As you can see out my window, it is actually pretty dark out. I'm wearing this because I'm sick. I usually wear a t-shirt, guys. Yetis, and then what else they got? And then you got the ST Beast package, which uses all the beasts. There's a lot of good beasts in there. Oh, you also got the Strig. The Strig are like owl people. They're like bird owl people. They're really cool. We're working on making them better, though. We're trying to figure that out. Which one are the furries and which ones there are the furries that say they're not furries? Pretty much none of them. I don't think there's a really big furry contingent on here. It's Taylor Ham. Pork Roll is what it is, but Taylor Ham is the brand name, and Taylor Ham is the best, so whatever. Shire Peak have Moga and Gahern. Moga are these little freaking rat people. They're really expendable with low health and no damage, but they work in synergy with the Gurn, which are big rhino people that like watch over them and are very mean. There's like all this lore and shit to this game. You don't have to learn it. You really don't. You got the Voil, which are bat people. This guy's got two. I always call this guy Big Nuts. And then, but there's other ones that don't look like that, like the Stormflyer and stuff like that. You got the Canaan, which are dog people. But then you also got the Hyenids, which are dog people. Then you got the Cyclops. We're just going to move on past that. You got the Cyclops. They're pretty cool. They're all 2x2s except for the Cyclops Runt, which is one of the worst artwork in the game. But, you know, whatever. More power to people. And then you got the fucking Lightning, which I was playing before. I'm almost done with this. Then we're going into the game. I love Brad Leone. I don't know him, but he is from... I believe he's from Vernon. He's from Vernon, New Jersey, which is where most of my friends live. And most of the people I used to work with live. It's either Vernon or West Milford are the two big towns up in the north. Trenton makes the world takes. Agree or disagree? What the hell does that mean? I've been to Trenton. It was awful. Trenton sucks. Anyways, Sunderland. Sunderlands are the land of the dragon people. They're half dragon, half people. The Draxar. What did they do? They got themselves cursed. They were like very mean, authoritarian military people that worship dragons, and then they got cursed with dragon skin. Then you have just like regular dragons. Oh, this is my favorite champion, second favorite champion, the Demolisher. So he's just a big boy. He headbutts people. So you got like the Sky Wings that all work well together. If you place one Sky Wing and then you place another one, the previous Sky Wing gets buffed. So that's really good. There are just a bunch. And you got like big ass dragons. So you got the Pantheon, which is Akakios, who is a big dragon in his own right. You got Vindrax, who is a big dragon. Big boy. Everyone always feels good placing the Vindrax. You never feel bad placing him. Vex, big girl. Big mama dragon. Where's Valdak? You got Valdak, another big dragon, so you can make a Pantheon thing out of big dragons. What's so good about Taylor Ham? It's just solid. It's just a solid breakfast meat. It's a little bit tangy, a little bit really salty, and meaty. And you just get that Taylor Ham egg and cheese on an everything bagel with salt and pepper and ketchup. And they'll write THC. No, they'll write TC. What does he always say? TCE, EB, SPK. Whenever I see the words SPK, I think salt, pepper, ketchup because of... Fuck, I could go for one of those right about now. Anyways, there's another SL Beast deck, which is all that. You got the Valdaki, which are like half dragon, half machines. You got the Skizik, which are a fun little shitter race. The Skizik were dwarves that got turned into dragons, so they're like these little freaking little bastards, every single one of them. And this guy, Skizik General, this guy's a tough nut to crack. He's really tough. They rebelled against the Draxar. And then finally, before we get back into the game and play... Oh, and Mix. Mix are like a summon deck. They're like little bugs that summon and get bigger. And then you have the Big Mama Jama, the Mixed Brood Lord. I'm big. And I like a big cereal. I want salt, ketchup, pepper on an everything bagel with Taylor Ham, egg, and cheese. That's what I want. And then finally Underdepths, which, as someone just said, is the deck that Teenage Boys plays. If you play Underdepths, you're kind of a scumbag because Underdepths aren't the best race, but they do a shit ton of damage and they have the most power creep, which for a while, every single unit that was released in Underdepths was overpowered because they wanted to sell cards. It's been getting trimmed back every single expansion. And it's also not even close to being the best faction anymore. It's a mid-tier faction. But it does a shit ton of damage. It's pro-rushing, so people rush you all the time. And then they'll just... It's like mono-red. They coin flip to see if they win. They're full of the Bach, which are like hot winged demon girls. You know? They're wearing the bikinis, you know, the armored bikinis. You got the Deep Elves, which are just stupid elves, but they're colored purple because they went underground and became evil. And the leader of all of them was this dude named Grimlick, who's in every single Underdepths deck because Underdepths doesn't have range; they're almost all melee. You got Imps. You can run Imp decks, which are all right. Then they're actually kind of shitty. Imp decks are kind of shitty. You got Minotaur decks, which are extremely good. Minotaurs are really, really strong. And you can buy the Minotaur deck with 5,000 gold if you feel like it. And you get to play cool Minotaurs. You got the Spin to Win. So there's a lot of spiders, or arthropods as they're known as. And they're led by Big Mama Kilzik over here. She doesn't like wearing a shirt either. And then Stitch, you saw them again. And then you just have like straight fucking demons and shit that you can build around. Look at these demons. Shield Demon, he's ripped. Look at those cum gutters. And then I learned that phrase on Rick and Morty. I can't stop using it. It works for everything. And then you got goblins. When goblins are like a meme deck. I haven't built the full goblin deck, but I'll get around to it. And those are all the factions. So there's like literally everything. And I haven't even touched on nearly all the cards. You'll find artwork that you love. Like my favorite card has always been my favorite card because I love Lightning and I love the artwork for it. And this used to be one of the better cards in the game that I revolutionized because no one ever used it. And then I started using it and then everyone started using it. So this is always has a, this is like 12 years ago. Not now. Now I don't set any trends. I'm not that good at the game anymore. But this is my favorite guy for a really long time. So anyways, back in the PoxNora, let us try Dancers in the Snow, because I always click that deck to disenchant it, and I've never played it. Oh, one more thing. Your cards have to be leveled up. It's level 1, level 2, and level 3. It's an archaic system that needs to be removed. We're working on it. These decks come pre-leveled. So, like, you can pick how you do your upgrades, right? So I can pick different abilities that all my guys have, and that same thing goes with the Dancer in the Snow deck. I'm actually not sure how this deck is set up upgrade-wise, but they're all upgraded in case I want to use them, or in case I want to tool around with what their upgrade paths are. Am I in a game yet? I'm in a game. Oh no, I'm playing a new guy. This is going to be fun. Maybe this guy will kick my ass, you never know. So I'm going to play Fair and Pouncer first. Fair and Pouncer is swap, so we can swap with any unit that is my size. Take it easy, Haydian. About the old stat upgrade system. I used to like it a lot, but they changed it because the game was just like, it just wasn't needed anymore. They focused more on giving 2 upgrade paths, usually 6 upgrades for each champion. So 2 upgrade paths of 3. And then, they removed a whole bunch of abilities on a whole bunch of champs just because they didn't want to, fuck, my train of thought is gone. They didn't want it to be too confusing for people. That's what I was trying to say. They didn't want it to be too confusing. So the upgrade paths changed. Anywho. So we got Fair and Pouncer right here. He can stun people. We saw what stun did before. This person's obviously new. They're playing the Wrath of Delum deck. And, that you get in the bundle, and they place this horribly. So when you first go, let's just do a quick tutorial from the beginning. You want to be as close to your fonts as possible. You want to control your font as quick as possible. And most fonts are 2 turns away. So when he placed his unit down here, he's going to have to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 turn, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he still gets there, so it actually doesn't matter he placed there. But that's just because he's playing Kathir Forest, and that matters a lot. I wonder if this is a viewer. It might be. You know, this is. I don't know what. I can never tell if someone came in through the Jingle Jam or they played on their own accord. All I'm saying is this is part of the Protectorate starter bundle pack, and they placed poorly, and they haven't ended their turn yet. I bet the person's new. Per opening from the noob. So basically you want to place on the terminus closest to the font. So, and this is all equidistant if you can't count it. So I'm going to go here really quick and then my turn. This grid system, you see this? This font is equidistant from all these points on the terminus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get it? So you just want to place on the terminus closest to the font. Right there. The guy ended the turn back. Oh, I didn't actually do anything. Oops. That'd probably do it. And now we captured the font, and now we're getting 12 extra Nora a turn. This is a pretty standard opening. This guy, unfortunately, didn't move his champion at all twice. You know, I don't care about my rank. I'm just going to concede this. This is going to be a very boring game of me beating up a new player. I want to try to catch someone that knows what they're doing, so we can play through a little bit more. Ah, rip. You won, Bermstacks? Congratulations. I don't think you, I would have beat you. I think you had me there. Yeah, I don't care. By the way, sniping does nothing in this game. You can snipe people all you want. You will. Oh, here's Pentium Host. Pentium Host likes to whisper me whenever I'm playing other people and give me advice. He does that to a lot of people. He likes to watch and give advice. And now I'm playing him. And he's playing as Sunderlands. He's over here on the left. He's the big dragon guy. What is this guy called? I can't remember what the hell this dragon's called. This is Lyric the Fierce, this one over here. He plays an acidic greeting champion, so when he comes down, all my champions get Scour 2 for 2 turns. He didn't really need to do that. He was just, you know, getting it down. I'm going to put down Farron Master, because I've never played this deck before, and I have no idea what's good or not in here. He's got Freezing Aura, so everything around him is Frozen 3. I should really be upgrading this deck as I'm playing it. And then when a friendly champion relocates, including this one, he gets +1 damage and a rank of multi-attack for 2 turns. And this is what most Farrons have, no can do. You get it? You get it? No can do. If he's got 2 AP, well, really it's like 4 AP, because it can happen twice a turn. If something attacks him while he has 2 AP up, he doesn't get hurt and misses. So that's no can do. And then Farron Focus, which every Farron has, lets you do more damage on chain attacks. Pentium Host did not place a second champion, which makes me feel like he doesn't have any Nora, or he fucked up and doesn't have a second champion revealed in his rune dock up here. I placed a Farron Dancer. She's got Flourish, which makes everything charmed and distracted. If you're ever wondering what an ability does, just leave your mouse highlighted over it. Distracted can't activate any abilities that aren't basic attacks, and Charmed has -2 damage and can't attack the champion that charmed it. So we're going to leave that right there like that. We're going to get a Farron Ninja down. He's got a Guardian of Aratat down, so this is probably a beast deck. This is an SL beast deck is what I'm looking for here. Because this guy's a beast. If you can see it when you highlight over it, that little box that pops out that says Sunder Phoenix. It'll tell you everything. It'll tell you races, the class that it is, even though that one's bugged because it's a demigod. The demigod class, for whatever reason, is bugged, and then the owner of it. This guy just plays one of the best champions in the game, Snogby the Ant Bear, which is a guy, Anteater. That does global damage when he comes down. Snogsby's Greeting does 5 damage to everyone for 2 and distracted for 2 turns, so they can't activate abilities for 2 turns. What else? I just placed down this ninja over here. He's got Flash Bomb, which relocates him 5 spaces and blinds whoever's there. Kill Sense, which any champions within 5 spaces below 50% HP are slowed, so they have -2 speed, and this champion gets +1 speed and +2 damage. These are all these things that you have to balance together to fully understand what you're doing, and what you're playing against. So what I'm about to do right now, and the reason why I'm not going to place a champion is because I have to read abilities. We're going to read these abilities together. Sundered Phoenix. Right now he's got -1 defense because he's frozen. He's got something called Rebirth. When this champion is destroyed, it drops no Nora Globe and is redeployed in the closest ability. Gains 5 AP, +4 damage, and +25 max permanently. It's a Phoenix, right? You can sort of suss that out by the way its name is. We just said before, when he comes into play, he does 2 scour damage to everybody, right? So the reason why I'm not placing a champion is because I just read that out. I'm going to attack this guy twice and kill him. Or not, because apparently I only do... Oh my god, I forgot. This is what we're talking about. This is me being a big fucking newbie at this game, despite playing this game for 15 years. So the reason why he didn't die... and I should have seen this, even though he had -1 defense and I do +1 attack, so I should be doing 11 damage attack, full Sunderlands... The bonus is 2 less damage from each attack. So even though I should have been doing 11 to him, I was doing 9 on each attack. So now he lives for another round, which is bad. I didn't want that. He also just put a Lasher Helm on me, and I don't think this deck has a way to remove equipment. So now this is a permanent 5 damage each turn for the rest of the game. I don't think I have a way to stop that. The glasses slam. Well, my glasses have been broken for a while. They slam pretty well. Anyways, so even though that we try to play around it, we are now going to attack this guy. Everyone's going to get acidic greeting. So they're all going to take 3 damage over 2 turns. We're going to move her up. Oh, wow, he double Lasher Helm. That's not good. That is not good. Does this deck have anything that can remove? I don't think this deck has Shatter. Fuck, I just can see now this deck doesn't have Shatter. They didn't think that through when they made this deck. Shatter is really, really important. Alright, I guess I'm just going to suffer 10 damage a turn and see how that works out. I'm going to put down my banner, because I said always put that down early. We have a term in this game. A, B, C, always. A, always. B, B, C, champing. Always be champing. Always try to get champions down. Spend your Nora on champions. The more champions on the board, the harder it is for people to deal with it. Actually, that was a really bad blind, because now he's going to get popped out by Scoured. That was actually really stupid. We're going to put these Frost Manacles on him. So whenever he is attacked, he takes 3 frost damage. He's also permanently frozen. So he has -1 defense, -1 attack, and -1 speed, as long as this remains on him. Always be champing. Always champ. Sup, sweet villain. This is not live, Glennon. It's the Glengarry Glen Ross. And by the way, I'm the fucking monologuer. Not Pyrian. I don't read monologues. I memorize them. I'm the monologuer of the Yogscast. You stepped on my toes in that poker stream, Pyrian. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, creep in this petty pace from day to day until the last syllable of recorded history, and all over yesterdays of merely life rules away to dusty death. Out brief candle, life is but a walking shadow, a poor player who stressed and pressed upon the stage until he's heard no longer. As a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. I didn't have to read that. Damn it. Now I can do it while I'm playing PoxNora. To be or not to be, that is the question. It is nobler in the mind to accept the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more. And by sleep we say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come, and we are shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. And there's a respect that brings calamity to such long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the causes the insolence of office, the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietest make with a bare bodkin? Who would Farrell's bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but for the dread of something after death? The undiscovered country was born, no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear the ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience makes cowards of us all, and thus, with ne'er hue of resolution, sicklied over with the pale cast of thought, gives way to the great enterprise of pith and moment, and in this regard currents turn awry and lose name to action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph of my orisons, be all my sins remembered. He was thinking about killing himself. That's what that whole soliloquy is about. We're gonna do this. This master's probably dead, but we'll see. Yeah, Yogscast Shakespeare night. Alas, poor York. I knew him, Horatio. A man of infinite jests. 1,000 times he bore me on his back. To see him in such a state, my gorge rises at it. He saw Yorick, the jester of the castle skull, he wanted to throw up, which is what that means. Shakespeare's fun. Shakespeare Night replays karaoke. Play Caliban. It's become amazing. Yeah, we should just, me versus Pyrian, just throwing fucking quotes at each other. See who wins. By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and forsake thy name, and I shall no longer be a Capulet. A traveler from an antique land told me, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Nearby, half buried in the sand, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled sneer and lips a cold command tell... Oh, fuck, maybe I forgot that. His frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell well those features red. Tell well the sculptor the features red, which yet remain. Something in lifeless. Fuck, I forgot Ozymandias. Okay, so I don't know them all. Damn it. Alright, let's stun this guy. So we stun. We're also going to... By the way, Farron are extremely hard to play. If you guys want to learn other decks first, I totally understand. This is one of the harder decks to play. Stamped on those lifeless things, the hand that led them and the soul that fed. The hand that mocked them and the soul that fed. And nearby on a platform, these words appear. Behold, ye might... Behold, behold, ye mighty, I am Ozymandias, king of behold, I am Ozymandias, king of kings. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing besides remains. And round that wreck, colossal and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. Is, I think, how that went. Everyone thinks that's why I learned it. I never really watched someone play a game and have it explain as well. You have actually feeling what's going on basic level. Very pog, thank you. Thank you. I don't think I'm doing that good job of explaining this. I'm also losing horribly. Again. I lose a lot more than I win. Actually, that's false. I win a lot more than I lose in this game. But, that was long ago in the before times. Now recite the second part. I don't think there is a second part, is there? Brutus is an honorable man. I used to know my Captain, my Captain. That was another poem. Oh, Captain, my Captain, our frightful trip is done. The ship is weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won. The port is near. The bells I hear. The people all resounding. Foul eyes, the even keel. The vessel grim and daring. Oh, heart. Oh, bleeding drops of red. Where on the deck my Captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Oh, Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung. For you the bugles trill. For you, bouquets and ribbon wreaths. For you, the shores are crowding. For you, something, the eager face is turning. Whatever, I don't know that part. Oh, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head. It is a dream that on this deck you fallen cold and dead. My Captain does not hear my words. His lips are pale and still. My Captain does not feel my arms. He has no pulse or will. And this is where I always get confused. Something, frightful ship. From the victor ship comes home with object one. So exalt thy ports and ring thy bells, but I with mournful tread walk the deck my Captain lies, fallen cold and dead. That poem is about Abraham Lincoln. Place of wrath and tears looms, but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. There's really good poetry out there. Really good. Highly recommend a lot of poetry out there. I've lost this game. I've really badly lost this game. I'm not going to continue this because he kicked my ass. And I believe that's my own fault. Let's try a different deck. Is US brainwashing? No, US brainwashing is fucking... oh my god. Road Less Traveled. What's it called? The Road Not Taken. Okay. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, until where it bent in the undergrowth, and took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, for it was grassy and wanted where. those if the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step has trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, but knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever be back. I don't know the next part. I don't know the next part. No, I'm just saying that Robert Frost was drilled into our young minds as children in school. That's American brainwashing, is learning fucking Robert Frost. Let's play Wrath of Delin. Let's see how this one works. And remember, you guys, if you're playing this game, you can customize your runes. You don't have to play how they're given. I know I shall be telling this with a sigh. Some are ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. That is one of the most misunderstood poems because it's taught a lot and not taught very well in depth. That poem is actually saying that both paths are worthy and don't feel bad about whichever path you chose, because it really just you don't know if the other one's better or not, and you're regretting it later on in life. That's what the end part means. I shall be telling this with a sigh, some are ages and ages hence. This poem is used in every English class in North America. Plays with player fans. I'm probably done in a little bit. What are we, 2 hours and 35 minutes? I think I've killed Yogg Cinema enough. Harry's playing Cyberpunk. You guys want to watch Harry play Cyberpunk instead? That might be something. I think Shelley is known for having written Ozymandias at the dreaming of the verses. He woke and wrote the first part, but got around to writing the second part, much to his frustration. I don't even know there was a second part. Once English became a literary class, definitely not. LOL. Did not know this was live. No more Pox? What the fuck is this? What is this chat? How does no one wants to... Alright, whatever. What does this game even look like? There's Mango over there. Is it true the intro's like 4 hours? He's propaganda. Want you a new viewer? Thank you, Sahar. I want to be very clear. Knowing poetry does not make you cooler or smarter. It does not. It does not. It just means that you enjoy poetry. It's the same thing with reading. Reading a lot doesn't make you smarter. What makes you smarter is not falling for stupid fucking scams on the internet and like being able to read people, and I don't know. There's street smarts, there's regular smarts. Chicks kind of dig it. It very rarely comes up. Oh, I'm against Pentium Haas again. Alright, fuck it. I'm not scared. I'm a little scared. But I get a double deploy, which is really, really strong. So every now and then, you have certain draws in this game that will either help you win a game or put you really far ahead. If you're going second, you get more Nora, because going first, like in most games, is really, 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 really good. And especially in this game, where I just placed the 34 cost sapling and a 64 cost fanatical devotee, which perfectly fell underneath how much Nora that I had at my starting thing by 1 Nora, or by 2 Nora, because I had 100 to start off with. And now I get to capture this front font before he even plays the unit. And now he has to play back here so he can capture his back font. So there are certain draw wins in this game. You just bring out a Sudo Voodoo? It's a Sudo Voodoo. It's still got players? Exactly, Malarin. 15-year-old game. This game would have been one of the most popular games on the internet if Sony Online Entertainment didn't kill it. Sony Online Entertainment took this game out back and beat it to death, is what happened. And that is really, really shitty. Really, really shitty. What could have been? You know, this game is what could have been. So I just wasted a spell there because he could have gone to the font next turn. He might still be able to get there even without it, and I kind of really need this font. Especially that I have a weak champion out there and another weak champion right behind him. So Hopefully he doesn't have a way to cleanse this and then get into the font this turn. He might. I mean, a lot of players in this game are really solid players, and when they play full faction meta decks, they put in every answer that they can get in one deck. So the best example of that is like either Shattered Peaks or Savage Tundra. Shattered Peaks, Savage Tundra, and to a lesser extent Kathir Forest, three of those factions have an answer to everything. Like literally an answer to everything. No matter what you do on the opposing side, they'll have something to answer for it. But it also really depends too. It's not guaranteed. But anyways, so we're gonna place down this Wood Elemental. He's big, buff, and strong and tough. And we're gonna get this guy behind him, but we don't want him to die immediately. We're also gonna put her here to try to block off the font, but he can run up here and leap over her, which is perfectly fine, but I'd rather he do that than run up and attack. So, what other really good players of this game do is that they think of what their opponent can do. Isn't that weird? It's like how I don't play chess. Like the way I play chess is I just move pieces, and then oh my god, this deck might not have fucking remove. This might not. Oh, I have Shatter right here. Never mind. I'm an artisan. You need Shatter. You need Shatter. Negative equips are very common. SJG Combat basically killed the game. That's like StarCraft. Yeah, so SOE, what SOE did to this game was one of the biggest injustices in video game history. This game was insanely popular in 2005, 2006. And one qualifier I have to make, by the way, is PC video games are way less popular than console games. Console games, and by a bigger extent even, more than console games, mobile games are the wave of the future. That's what everyone's going to be playing, right? Every single person plays those games more often than people who play PC games. It's just the way it is. And this game, back in 2005, 2006, 2007 even, had over 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 players playing it. It was extremely, extremely popular. Unfortunately, it was too popular. And because it was too popular, Sony Online Entertainment got their fucking greedy mitts on it, bought the game for a lot of money, I heard. I think like over $3 million they spent on it because the art assets are actually worth a lot. You can't buy this game, by the way. The art assets are worth too much. If you buy this game, it's for the art assets, not for the actual game. And then I'll do an impression of what Sony Online Entertainment did to this game. Hello, PoxNora. I'm Sony Online Entertainment. That's a nice game you got there. Alright, I'm gonna pee on it now. Everyone look away. One of the... Charity! One of the absolute travesties in video game history. I have no love for Sony Online Entertainment, specifically for what they did after they peed on the game and brutally murdered it. They, at one point in time, were releasing, and I made a big post about this on the Hearthstone subreddit when Hearthstone first came out, and all the predictions I had held true, because this is what greedy video game companies do. They started releasing expansions every single quarter. So video game companies have stockholders. Stockholders want really big quarterly reports. It's why games come out at Christmas. The end of the quarter happens at the end of it's 4 quarters of the year, 3 months out of the year each time, right? That's why Cyberpunk 2077 was coming out regardless of bugs or not. They just wanted it out. They started releasing patches they started releasing expansions every single quarter. Every single one. Every single time they could get it out, they could get them out. They started making it extremely pay to win. So specifically, Underdepths and Kathir Forest and Forsaken Waste champions were ridiculously overpowered. And then there was a big news report that said that, well, not a big one, but big for us, that said that they were ending PoxNora online servers. They were taking the game off their servers. They then released an expansion at the same fucking time. And when I pointed out on the forums that this was a shameless money grab in order to make a ton of money before they took the servers off, they banned me. And then once the new people came in, I was unbanned and all that great stuff. So, Sony Online Entertainment absolutely murdered a game that should have, to this day, this should be one of the most popular TCGs out there. Right? It like, bar none, should be one of the most popular TCGs, and it's not. And one of the main reasons why it's not is because of Sony Online Entertainment. I'm not gonna say all the reasons. You know, this game had its own problems too that it had to deal with, but man, they took it out back and they fucking killed it. They gave it no attention. They milked the people for all they were worth, and it's just so unbelievably shameful. And it really sucks because I wanted to. We didn't have the Midsummer Ari Aster rant yet. You guys want to hear the Ari Aster rant? Everyone in my own channel has heard it a million times. Do you want to know why I hate Ari Aster? We can do it after this match. I can go completely into it if you would like. So yeah, Sony Online Entertainment just did not give a shit. They were a pure greedy company. They operated out of pure greed, and it cost unbelievable amount of potential players for this game. If it was averaging 5,000 players back in 2007, imagine what it'd be going right now if it was given any sort of attention whatsoever. Sony Online Entertainment panicked because World of Warcraft came out, and they were worried that EverQuest was going to fall back, so they started buying up titles, and they started trying making any money they could, and wouldn't you know it, Sony Online Entertainment as the division folded pretty fucking quick. So, it is a shame. It's one of the biggest shames in video game history. Why do I hear thumping coming from the next door? Are they fucking raving? I have grandparents that live next door. The people who live next door are a pair of old, like, grandparents. And I hear thumping music coming from next door. So yeah, absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Picture your favorite game of all time just getting destroyed by a nameless, faceless company. That's what I had to go through. No, I'm not joking. The people next door, there's an 11 p.m. curfew. They go right past that. In fact, I'm going right past my curfew for this fucking game. I'm past the 3-hour time limit. Just gonna respawn over here, dummy. You missed that. Teehee. I love Wood Elemental. So Wood Elemental, when he dies, he's got this ability called Transplant. The nearest plant champion is destroyed, and he is played in his place. And it happens, every time it happens, he gets minus 10 max HP. So after 5 times, he pretty much is gone. Everyone misses out on that. For some reason, everyone misses that. I don't know why. What deck archetype has the most speed? I have an answer for that. I actually have that deck. It's called KF8 Speed. And it's actually pretty decent. Where are you? KF Fast. Every single one of these champions has 7 speed. Every single one of them. And in Kathir Forest, they go up to 8 speed. So every single one of these guys is running around with 8 speed, which is usually 2 more than the normal. And then, if not that, 1 more than the normal. So, pretty fucking busted. Alright, let's see here. Looks like this guy's about to die again. And by the way, I don't usually play like this if I'm playing on my own. When I play on my own, I actually read. Like, if I was playing on my own, I'd run this guy backwards, right? I'd run him all the way back here and try to conserve him. And you should too out there if you're paying attention. Keeping your champions alive is one of the most important things. What I will do instead is attack and then go grab that Nora lobe. Because I just don't care. So we go there. We're going to put down a Prophet Dalim. There's the big back Mama Jama. I actually don't... I haven't played as him in a while, actually. Why is this guy crystallized? We'll put her there. We'll put a... What does the Path of Dalim relic do? Friendly elves and plants gain walk the path. This champions were cleared a total space within 5 spaces. Building with the total space of Path of Dalim relic at the relocation of camp and destroyed. Okay, that's decent. We'll do that there. Little Path of Dalim relic right there. Not bad. I'm not quite losing this game, but I don't feel very confident in my chances to win. Slaughter of innocent MMOs. Well, anyways, yeah, so next, you're not allowed to be loud past 10 o'clock in my apartment complex, and they fucking are raving until like 2 in the morning. They love it. And I don't care because I do illegal things in my apartment, and they don't tell the landlord. If my landlord's watching, I love you, Cindy. You're very nice. You're like an old grandmother to me, even though you actively try to take $1,000 out of my wallet every month. You're pretty awesome. Anyways. Why did they nerf Araloon's Favor? They changed it. Araloon's Favor. Araloon's Favor only affects Tortoons now, and that was a while back. We actually can't change spells anymore. We can only nerf the Nora cost. Gun show? There's no such thing. Like, literally, these are not muscles. These are what muscles normally look like, right? This is pudgy. There's no tone to this. Is your bicep or tricep? We can go health. We can do health stuff too. I don't know. I cannot bench press. My max bench press is like 120 pounds. I'm very weak in my chest. Give us a flex. You see? Very tiny. I hate it when girls used to grab my arms to feel it, and I wasn't flexing in time, so they were just grabbing a big thing of fat. I know, only 1K in New Jersey. Very nice. For a solo apartment in New Jersey, this is fantastic for $1,000. This guy blocked himself with his own relic. He can't get these 2x2s around. He wasted a pounce on that. That doesn't seem right. Huh. What do I do now? I'm considering just conceding because I'm going right past time and I want to rant about Ari Aster really quick. I think you guys got enough out of this, right? You guys got enough PoxNora you want to play now, right? For you guys watching the future on Yogs Live that didn't just hit X after the first 15 minutes. There. Alright. Got the Lasher helm on that person, thankfully. By the way, the way you play this game, thank you, Dot Rich. I appreciate that. You're playing the Collective Swamp deck. That's actually a really good deck. Collected decks are really, really fun. Why you got chat muted before? I don't know. You're probably fucking spamming or something. That's usually why people get chat muted. The stream might have given the game a second look. Now I might give it a shot. Yeah, check out my channel. Woo. Ah, you can check it out. I don't fucking care. I'm telling you, this. If you ever learn this game, this is one of the most rewarding games you will ever play. Easily. The decks, the sheer amount of decks you can create. I'm like, I have this many decks. Like about 100, and that's not even me. About 50. That's not even me being unleashed. That's like me being lazy and not making more decks. You can make combinations at anything in this game. How's my butt? It's alright. I'm taking mesalamine, so I have less bad poop. A lot of ex-Guild Wars players here. Yeah. So you know, notificated. Definitely need to check more Daltos. Thank you, Shaw Timothy. Meslamine, Filipov. Meslamine. Appreciate that. I always like kind words. I always see the kind words. You know? We all see them too. Everyone reads comments, by the way. Every single one of us. We all read comments on everything. So. Alright. He's thinking because he knows he's blocking his Guardian of Aratat off. So he did that, but he's not going to get a lot out of it. This guy's like jammed up here now. He really shouldn't have placed that there. That was really bad. Also, Power of Dalim, or Dalim has a weird bug where the number 2 pops over his head a lot whenever anything dies, and I don't know why. It just disappears and re-pops up a whole bunch of times. Move you up. We'll put a tree house down. Oops, tree house down. And that germinates and summons these little skirmisher dudes around. And we're also going to put a withering fern on you. We're going to attack you twice. Which will kill you. It does. It doesn't kill you for some reason. How comes that didn't kill? How comes the first one did? Oh, I was no longer empowered. Fuck. Tricksy hobbitses. We'll attack there. Hates is them. I can't even grab that globe because it is flying. Frick. Frickety frick frick. Frick frick. That looks good. You know what? I'm going way over on time. I think I'm done. And I want to talk about maybe put on his stream on the main channel. No, absolutely not. This is me. This is me. This is who I am. Everyone wears this shit at home. It doesn't represent... If I go out to a wedding, maybe I'll wear a suit, but this is who I am. I wear clothing that's comfortable for me because I feel disgusting because I'm sick, and I'm pretty sure even my decaf espressos have caffeine in them, so I'm feeling kind of wired right now. Screw the time. Got it. I just want to talk about how much I hate Ari Aster really quick before the thing is gone. I am a huge connoisseur of horror. Everything I write is horror. I've written over 20 short stories of horror that will one day be edited and put into a book together. I've seen literally every horror movie you can think of. I pulled up the top 1,000 horror movie list, and the only ones I've never really seen are certain foreign films that are completely unaware to me and films that were made before 1930, and no horror film made before 1975 is scary. They're not. I don't care what you say. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari is not a scary film, neither is Dracula or Nosferatu. They just aren't. Anyways. Of course I watched that. Yeah, Wreck is good. I have a lot of horror recommendations I can do. I am a horror junkie. It's one of the very few things that I think I have a strong grasp on. Even history. And I taught that shit. I don't have that much of a strong grasp on compared to horror. I love horror. Ari Aster and a lot of A24 films are the worst things to ever happen to horror. And same with Blumhouse. But specifically Ari Aster. Because it turned it into a really weird art house that isn't arty at all. It's actually a huge amount of hack work. Over and over and over again. And I will explain why as soon as I come my turn really quick. 5. Now this guy's taking no damage. How are you taking 5 damage there? 3? Oh, I guess that makes sense, huh? Like that. Yeah, we'll reclaim him. Fuck him. That. Cool. So. You know what? Congratulations, Penny Moss. You get 2 kills from me. We gotta go over how much I hate Ari Aster really quick before the stream ends. That was PoxNora. I hope you guys really enjoyed PoxNora. I specifically wanted that in the bundle just so I can get more people playing the game, and that is literally the only reason. I have a huge passion for this game. I have a ton of so much fun with this game every single day. I play it at least once a day, and that's saying something because I play a lot of video games, and I still get my time in for PoxNora. And it's not just because of rose-tinted glasses. It is actually, without a doubt, the best strategy game on Steam, and it's free to play. It's legitimately free to play. If you bought the bundle, you get 4 really good decks that, I mean, they're all right. They're probably going to take you through the beginning ranks, but it allows you to tool around and allows you to make gold for more decks, to buy more of the Dancers in the Snow, like I said, to get more gold. And if you like the game, please support it. I'm not sure what the devs even spend money on for anymore, but anyways. And the other reason why I wanted to stream on the main channel was to talk about how much I hate Hereditary and Ari Aster as a person. Hereditary is one of the worst, if not the worst films, and the only reason why it's not the worst film is because 2 other films exist. It's The Darkness with Kevin Bacon, which is actually the worst horror film ever made. It is the only horror film I've ever turned off halfway through. I actually don't know the ending of The Darkness. It is that bad of a movie. So no matter what I say about Ari Aster, The Darkness, not the band, but the movie, this is legitimately the worst horror movie ever made. This is the worst horror movie ever made. This is one of the most offensive horror movies ever made. The kid screaming in the middle is someone who has autism, but really doesn't. It is one of the most offensive, bad, boring movies ever made, and I will say that vehemently, and this is how much I hate this movie compared to how much I hate these movies. Ari Aster is an absolute hack, and so is Toni Collette. This is Toni Collette's face the entire fucking movie. I call this the Ari Aster face because everyone has it whenever they're mad. Look at that. I can just keep pulling up stills. This is just her face over and over again. This is not good acting. Anyone can act like this. Anyone can look at a camera and go, anybody. Anyone can. She plays a massive, massive asshole the entire movie. That's her character. I'm not even beginning to talk about her son, which looks like a 35-year-old man, not her 17-year-old son, who also cries the entire movie and looks sweaty and uncomfortable. Ari Aster cast this girl as one of the lead roles. He said in an interview that he auditioned over 100 girls for the role, and once he saw her, she knew she was perfect. That would make sense if this girl actually had any lines in the film. The girl only had about 4 or 5 lines throughout the entire film. She dies in the first 15 minutes. Spoilers, saving you a lot of time. The reason Ari Aster picked her is, I think, a reprehensible reason, and you can figure out why. After that, this guy was pretty good. George, or whatever the fuck his name is, the dad, he was pretty decent. Regardless of the actors and the direction, which is terrible, because as you can see in Midsommar and in Hereditary is an out-of-focus zoom-in shot every single scene. In Midsommar, every single one is a panning shot. Every single shot. People like to say, in the same way that people like to say that Patrick Rothfuss has flowery prose, one of the best purple prose they've ever seen, and they only use that word prose when they're talking about the fucking Patrick Rothfuss books for some reason. People will only talk about cinematography with Ari Aster. They won't talk about the actual film. They'll say the film scared the hell out of me, which fucking blows my mind because there's nothing scary in either one of these films. But they'll also say the cinematography is beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's very common. It's very easy cinematography. Shot, reverse shot, or panning shots, or out of focus shots. That's it. Over and over and over again. There is one jump scare in Hereditary. He ruined it by showing the jump scare before it happened, because Ari Aster is a massive hack. Regardless of that, the story is one of the dumbest stories in horror, and that's saying something. I've seen Gremlins 4. I've seen Creepers 3. They have more coherent storylines than Hereditary. Hereditary goes like this. Woman's mom dies. We're apparently supposed to be sad about it, but they only mention it once throughout the entire film. She gets really mad and becomes a horrible, horrific person and a horrific parent. She makes her kid, who is 17, 18 years old, take her 13, 14-year-old daughter to a high school party. Not only that, the girl has a nut allergy. She doesn't have a ephedrine pen on her, an EpiPen. She just doesn't have it. Have you guys ever met someone with a nut allergy? There is 4 and 5-year-olds out there that are more responsible than everyone in this film. The reason why they're irresponsible is because Ari Aster wrote this film and he's a hack writer and he doesn't know how to progress the plot. So he had to have a lot of off-the-wall shit happen in order to have anything in this movie happen. And by the way, this movie's original cut was about 3 hours long. which says something. This is one of the most boring movies ever made. So anyways, he goes to the fucking party, and wouldn't you know it, at the high school drinking party, drinking party, they're making a walnut cake. Have you ever seen anybody in any party, A, make a cake, and B, chop a whole fucking bunch of walnuts and throw it all over the cake? No high schooler likes walnuts, and they're certainly not going to eat a walnut fucking cake. Unfortunately, this dumbass girl right here wanders right up and eats the fucking cake, is like, oh my god, my throat's swelling up. She goes up to her dipshit brother, who can only cry the entire fucking film, and gets in the back of the car, and they start driving to the hospital. Now, I'm going to show you guys a scene. Which is listed as like the most gruesome, I was shocked in the theater scenes. It is one of the dumbest scenes in the history. I don't care about spoilers. This is one of the worst movies ever made. No one should ever watch it. Hereditary head scene. This is one of the worst movies ever made, and it's for one of this part right here. So they're driving to the hospital. They're freaking out. He's being a big old dumbass. She's screaming in the backseat. She rolls down the windows. This is listed as like something that people couldn't deal with in a theater. By the way, if you're squeamish for whatever reason, please... Oh, I'm gonna get banned. Oh yeah, fuck. Never mind. TOS. You're right. TOS. The girl's fucking head pops off. In order for her head to pop off, she has to stick her entire body out of the car, like below her waist. Like she's hanging out, just trying to keep her thighs straight so she can hang over the side of the car. The head hits the pole and only the head pops off. That's it. Just the head pops off, and that's it. He drives home and he goes to bed, he falls asleep, wakes up, everyone starts crying again, yada, yada, yada. Point is, that scene is completely unbelievable. First off, the whole body would have fallen out of the car. Second off, no one fucking sticks their whole body out of the car when they're in anaphylactic shock. Third off, the head wouldn't have popped off cleanly like that. Fourth off, the only reason why the head popped off is because the entire movie, everything that happens in this movie is because a cult did it. They never show you why the cult did it. They never show you how the cult did it. It's just the fact that the cult did it. And the cult's obsessed with decapitation, so naturally her head pops off. And people look at it like, oh wow, it's like this foresight. They're foreshadowing the ending. No, they're not. It's a hack writer who doesn't know how to progress his plot the entire fucking time. So they cry and they cry and they cry. Someone cries over here, someone else cries over there. And they fucking get to the end of the movie where the mom gets really fucking psychotic and she cries and she fucking chops her own head off. And the boy goes up to a tree house and everyone starts worshiping him. And then the movie ends and then people rush to Reddit and say this is the scariest movie they ever seen. And I don't know why. It makes me lose faith in humanity when people like Hereditary. If you're in this chat and you like Hereditary, I want to know why. I want to know what part of it stood to you. Was it the part where completely unrealistic bullshit happened? Was it the part where every single character cried for 2 hours in a row? Was it the part where nothing was revealed other than the fact that the cult did it? Was it the fact that it had to deal with loss? Because this is another thing that Ari Aster is a hack about. House on Haunted Hill dealt with loss. Ari Aster dealt with playing on people's loss. He is a hack. He's a full-on hack. And he wears a fucking bow tie. Blair Witch Project was right. I watched that when I was a little kid, though. And then you have Midsummer. And just to prove my point about the Ari Aster face, Midsummer. That's all his characters do in every single movie. They cry. They cry and they're burdens and they're unbelievably stupid. And also, look what he did again. Look what Ari Aster did again. Ari Aster, for some reason, likes to make fun of ugly children. And I don't know why. He puts them in as shock value. It's repugnant. You know why the girl was in Hereditary. You know why this character was in Midsommar. He is a repugnant person. I don't like him as a person. Because of that, this movie stars an unbelievably annoying woman and a kind of understanding dude who's portrayed to be the bad guy because he doesn't want to be around her because she is unbelievably annoying and terrible. It stars a woman whose sister kills her parents, so she falls into a deep depression. He wants to break up with her, but he doesn't because she guilt trips him into not breaking up with her. She joins him and his 3 douchey-ass friends on a field trip in the middle of Sweden to go look at a cult where they meet 2 other people who are supposed to be anthropology majors who freak the fuck out over that Viking scene where they're jumping off the rocks and dying like they've never been anthropology students before and they don't understand other cultures. So they freak the fuck out. They die. Chidi, who's in Good Place, who I love, acts like a fucking idiot asshole and dies. The fucking idiot from Meet the Millers. Where is he? Where's the Meet the Millers kid? This idiot literally, I shit you not. This is a scene in the movie. He walks up to the sacred tree, which is where there is like 20 villagers around, throwing ashes on it and like praying next to it, and he pisses all over it. And these villagers run up going, "What are you doing?" He's like, "What? I was just peeing, man. It's just a tree. Why are you getting so out of the whack with this?" And the reason why he did it is to progress the plot. Again, because Ari Aster writes these films and he has no idea how to write. He is a hack writer. He makes his characters do unbelievably stupid shit to make the plot go along. So anyways, he pisses all over the sacred tree, wonders why they're mad, and then the very next scene, some girl comes up and lures him out to the woods and he goes with her. He's in the middle of a cult, and the guy's like, "Wow, I just pissed off everybody around me, and now they're hitting on me and want me to go out alone? I should go do that." And of course he dies and gets turned into soup or something like that. The movie is like 2.5 goddamn hours long, and the original director's cut was like 3.5 to 4 hours. Nothing happens in this movie. Again, the Ari Aster crying face is the only thing that happens over and over and over again. This is the only thing this girl does the entire movie is cry like this. And for some reason, idiots on Reddit run to the fucking horror subreddit and type idiot fucking things like Toni Collette and this girl deserve Oscars, and it's a travesty they were passed by. Anyone can act like this. Anybody. Try it at home. Start doing the Ari Aster face and start crying. You will do the equivalent of these fucking movies over and over and over again. The only thing... Oh, my crying face? Anyone can do it! Anyone can do it. You can do it at home. Anybody can do it. Pull your cheeks all the way back and start fucking sobbing for no fucking reason. That's an Ari Aster movie. So this movie, by the way, ends with her dancing for 15 minutes. We timed it when I watched it. It's a 15-minute fucking dance scene where nothing happens. Again, nothing happens. And you know what's the most egregious thing? Both of these movies are fucking cult movies. Both of these movies are about people being picked apart by the cult due to their own hubris. It's the same fucking movie twice in a row. And people say Midsommar is beautiful because it was shot in the outdoors and it was unbelievably scary. Guess what? Anyone could shoot outdoors. And it wasn't scary. So the only explanation I have for it. What's my favorite scary movie? It's among 3. My favorite scary movie of all time that I'll watch once a month is The Thing. My second favorite scary movie of all time, which I'll watch once a month, is Event Horizon. And then my third favorite scary movie of all time that I'll watch once a month is the Evil Dead series, including the remake, just because I love the Evil Dead so much. And then I'll watch Ash vs. the Evil Dead, all the seasons, all 3 seasons of that. And then if I'm bored, I'll move on to like other horror movies. The The Thing is the perfect horror movie. And I actually got into an argument with Milesy about this with The Thing versus the Alien, and I kind of have to acquiesce and give it to him. I used to call Alien not a horror movie. I used to call it a thriller survival. But then he pointed out that The Thing is the same exact way. I just view The Thing more as horror than anything else. Yeah, Sam Neill's best movie is Event Horizon. But yeah, The Thing is, I love it. And I even like the new Thing. I even like the new one, even though that went full CGI instead of the incredible practical effects in the original The Thing. Anywho, the only thing I can glean out of this, the only reason why these movies are popular, I feel, is that A24 absolutely carpet bombs the internet with advertisement for all their movies. And that doesn't mean all their movies are bad. For instance, Robert Eggers, who I consider the best horror director working right now, between The Vivitch and The Lighthouse, and I'm looking forward to that big saga with the Vikings, is an A24 director. I just feel like Hereditary and Midsommar were both plastered all over the internet, everywhere. Just fucking nonstop advertising for these shit-ass movies. They were both given big budgets, and then I also believe that they put bots out. And they did, and the reason I held these theories is that when I look on IMDb comment sections to see how films are rated, like 90% are bots. There are people whose names are like Kevin Smith 258, Catherine O'Hare 154. You know, and they all say the same thing, and they all only review certain movies and certain, like, if you ever look up, you remember The Twilight Zone? Jordan Peele, who is a decent, I like Jordan Peele as an actor, as a comedian, and I like Get Out. I didn't really enjoy Us, and I fucking despise the Twilight series remake, which, by the way, the season 2 is way better than season 1. Season 1 is one of the worst trash ever put on TV. If you look in the IMDb comment sections for season 1 of Twilight Zone, there's nothing but bots up and down giving it positive reviews. So if you're telling me that these people don't buy reviews, they don't buy advertising, they don't plaster advertising everywhere, you're lying to me. You know, they might eventually get people, but man, all the 3 things are good. John Carpenter's being the best. I just can't. Oh, of course, The Shining's great. I love The Shining. And old Twilight Zone is great. Even the season 2 of the new Twilight Zone is really good. So Jordan Peele did a nice bounce back with that. I used to really not like him until I watched season 2 of Twilight Zone. He correctly started showing off his horror chops more. I would love to join Redler Media. I would fucking love to join Redler Media. I love the Reanimator movies. Those are Reanimator movies are really fun. Color Out of Space was great too. I love anything that Cage is in. Haunting of Hill House was fantastic. That dude actually directed a few horror movies. Not all of them are that great. Yeah, I should leave. I'm completely overrunning my time on this. Yeah, Bird Box is overhyped, whatever. Clive Barker's great. He finally just got his rights back for Pinhead. Even though it's not called Pinhead, he's actually the High Priest, is like his official title, not Pinhead. People made up that thing. Oculus was pretty good. I think that was the same guy who made Haunting of Hill House. Rob Zombie movies are fun. If you go into Rob Zombie movies expecting anything besides gore and fun, you're in the wrong business. House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil Rejects. There's even that new Devil Rejects film that they made, even though they died in the previous Devil's Rejects. Like, even the actors are like, aren't we dead? Like, why are we making another one of these? The Colorado Space Story is actually pretty the same. And I highly recommend reading H.P. Lovecraft. I know he was a racist and completely insane and agoraphobic and all that stuff, but he writes some really good material. Read Stephen King. Love Stephen King. I love most of the things I see. I can enjoy most of my horror movies I watch. That's why I like the Blair Witch Project. That's why I like fucking cheesy ass Friday the 13th movies and Halloween movies. And I like as long as you try, I like it. Ari Aster unfortunately tried and made 2 of the worst horror movies ever made. And he's just gonna keep me giving horror movies, and shitty fucking idiots that think that he's good will continue to list them among horror greats like Wes Craven and John Carpenter. Ari Aster does not deserve to be anywhere near those names. And I just really hope that you guys got that through this stream. Annihilation was great. I love Simon Pegg. Man, fucking Hot Fuzz is one of the funniest fucking movies. So many references in Hot Fuzz. Shaun the Dead I fucking love. At World's End is great too. I love Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. But I just want to be very clear. I like most of the stuff. I didn't watch the Blair Witch remake. I don't think I have any interest in watching that either. I should probably watch it though. I need to watch Truth Seekers too. I saw that on Amazon with Nick Frost. I need to get into that. Right now I'm trying to work through Dark. I'm trying to get through Dark on Sip's opinion. Anyways, we're going to raid Harry with Cyberpunk 2075. And I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you enjoyed PoxNora. I hope you get more donations in. Tomorrow is... There's just a fucking alarm going off outside. The people outside don't... there's one person who just likes to let his fucking car alarm run the entire time. We'll be back tomorrow with Stocking Stuffers with Pet and Leo. They're playing some fucking game. You guys are going to like this Hat Films art stream thing. This is going to be funny. I don't think they told... I'm not sure if they talked about it yet, but you'll like this. And then I saw Wheel Chaos. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what Zoe and Fiona are doing for theirs either. I don't know a lot of them. And then the day after that, we're going to have the big CSGO tournament, which I think you guys are going to like a lot too. And then we have other shit after that. And then this one is the late night. This is the last one I'll be on. So you saw me. This is the last you'll see of me. Maybe I'll be around the Spiffing Christmas thing. I don't know. I don't really care. And then you'll see me later on with the Late Late Show with Milesy and Xylus. So you guys have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Jingle Jam. I hope you play PoxNora. I hope you leave bad reviews on Ari Aster films. And I hope that whenever someone innocently says that they like those films, you freak the fuck out and act like a complete lunatic because you don't enjoy the films. But there's very few convictions I have, and that's one of them. It's terrible. Terrible films. Anyways, here's Harry. Raid. Hurry. 9 seconds. Water doesn't come from... I don't know where fucking water comes from. Wait, do we have to raid on the main channel? I'm raiding off of my own channel. Hang on. Do we just host them, or do we raid them? Raid. Harry. I don't have permit... Do we have a mod? Thank you, Gager223. Hey, Aquawise, can you raid Harry? Thank you. And you guys take it easy. Also, Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl is the worst trash book I ever read and inspired me to start writing. And that was over 10 years ago. So thank you, Gillian Flynn. You too. Is rating... Are we over yet? Are we... There we go.